Hello and welcome to unMadeGaming, guys. It's Tuesday and we're back after 2 whole weeks of being away. Are you guys okay? You guys, did you miss me? Is everything okay? Is everyone patched up? Anonymous Rhinoceros resubscribed for 2 whole months. Thank you very much, Mike, for that resub. You can go back to doing whatever it was you were doing. I'm sure it's far more important than what you're doing.
Word of our community's acclaim
Oh,
spreads.
there's no good placement. I'm going to put over Bitters. I'm going to put over my face. Yep, already realized that Bitters is in the place of my body, where my name goes, and I'm where his body goes.
Word of our community's
Guys, it's a
acclaim
pro stream here. I don't know if
spreads.
you know that. We're a bunch of professional guys doing professional things, touching professional tips. Transition! Seamlessly. Nailed it. Anyway, we're back, guys, and if you were here 2 weeks ago, you know that the Anonymous Rhinoceros ran the conclusion of his version of Princes of the Apocalypse. But we're back for my version of the Curse of Strahd. So the Curse of Strahd is a game that is based off of the Ravenloft campaign of 2nd edition. Yeah, I'm putting a spin on it and putting it in my world, thanks to the creative genius of my players here who created an organization that has been dubbed the Order of Ash and Bone, which exists in my homeworld, Timorel. They just got a big debriefing for the last 25 or so minutes on what's to be expected of them in my world and how the world functions. So I will not bore you with that stuff. If you want to know more about it,
read a book.
Yeah, read a book. Or check out YouTube. Guys, we have a YouTube. None of the videos are there, so you can't look at it, but we have one. So that's a thing. So first of all, those things you see along the bottom, left, right, and center there are followers, retweets, and subscribers. So as soon as we hit any of those goals, everyone on screen gains advantage, including myself. We're already at 2 retweets. Resubs don't count, because sometimes you guys just spam them. You just wait and just spam the resubs. I don't want to give my players too much advantage. Crouton John, thank you for those 1,000 bits? Foreheads? Those 1,000 foreheads? I appreciate it. So let's go around and introduce our characters. We are down 1. Insomniac Inc., a.k.a. Rem, will be playing later. I believe he gets on at about 8:30. He's at work today. But other than that, he should be on time for the rest of the campaign. We hope. So, let's jump over to a face we all know and love. Mr. KW Frags. Frags, who are you? What are you doing here? And why should anybody care?
The one answer for all of those things is because I'm badass.
Okay, cool.
No,
One
I'm
word,
here.
3 answers.
1 word, 3 answers. Exactly. 1 man, 1 mod, 2 chins. Here we go. I am playing the part of the Dwarven Druid named Toddrick Elisor, who loves books so much. And yeah, me and old Biddies over here, we just pal around. Not really trying to save the world. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, this is probably the first campaign I've been in a long time. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. So speaking of Misty Bits, Mr. Bitters, who are you? What are you doing here? How did you get back on the show? And why should anybody care?
I'm Mr. Bitters. I hate everything. I'm a mod around here, sorta. I did a thing today, so that was something.
You did a thing. You notified other people of the thing you did.
Right?
Yeah.
That was
I'm not sure if it was just to be like, look, I did a thing, or like if you actually meant to notify people.
Yeah, no, I got to do a thing every now and again to keep my mod status. How did I get back on the show? Your guess is as good as mine. And in this campaign, I'll be playing Stewart Gibbs, the human fighter pals with old Toddy over there.
Hot Toddy.
Hottest Toddy. And I came to chew gum and kill vampires, and I'm all out of fun.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
Don't worry,
I thought you
Todd,
had a
that's-
reserve pack.
I still got a whole pack of Trident. We're good.
It's just a package of tridents. Tridents. And last but definitely not least, the other half of the Canadian crew, Madfish. Who are you? What are you doing here? How did you get invited back? And why should anybody care?
I don't know why I got invited, but I'm not gonna question it. I do some DMing and some writing and lore building and all kinds of stuff all the time.
That's true. You do those things.
I do. I do them on a channel, roleplay channel called The World of Frel, and I hang out with you guys. And I was on the last campaign. We had a lot of fun.
And the one before that, too.
And the one before that.
She gets around.
Just a little.
Just a run around, too, if anything. So yeah, guys, we're gonna jump into Curse of Strahd, a book that I haven't even opened yet. Surprise! I'm well prepared.
Pro stream.
So yeah, tell us about your characters, guys. You gave us a introduction to what they who they are, but what's their backstory? How are they together? How did they join the Order of Ash and Bone? And how did they get Subliminal Cheese to subscribe and hit that subscriber bonus? So that means everyone on screen gains one advantage. Frags immediately loses it for saying smash that subscriber. I actually had negatives now.
Oh no.
You have -1. So yeah, Frags, tell me about Toddrick, who I'm going to imagine is a super gay black guy on YouTube who sings Disney songs, because that's the only other person I know named Toddrick is that one guy on YouTube. So
Love that guy.
I know, he's great.
Well, I went to school with a guy
Word
named
of our
Toddrick.
community's acclaim spreads.
He didn't sing Disney songs, but anyway, Toddrick is a fairly young dwarf. He's not even 80 yet. I believe I have him at 76 or something like that, which is still pretty young for a dwarf. And he assumed his parents left him just in the woods one day when he was still super young, and he just assumes that's how dwarven parents act. They just leave their kids somewhere.
Sure.
And that's where he lived for a handful of years until Stewart found him, and like I said earlier, convinced him that you don't have to wipe your butt with leaves and live in a tree. You can come to society and still be a person. So that happened.
Yep.
And he found books and started falling in love with reading, and assumed that every book is just a true history, even if it's a fiction. It's true because he read it. I mean, it's got to be true. It's in a book, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
And so that's how he read about the Order of Ash and Bone, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna save the world. That's kind of what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna figure out how to do it because I'm gonna read as much as I possibly can. So I'm gonna go do this thing." And off I went and joined the Order of the Ash and Bone, only to find that Stewart was right behind me.
Yeah, it's a fair assumption, being that you have to physically write books. So it would be a pain in the ass to write a book of lies, and then have to write it several times over to disperse it throughout the world. So it's a safe bet that most things you read in books are true.
Yeah, and he often likes to, some words he doesn't know. He's never actually heard them aloud, so he'll say words that he's seen in books, and they're not always right. But everybody has this preconceived notion of dwarves having hot tempers, so nobody wants to correct him. But Stewart doesn't seem to have a problem with ever correcting him, ever.
Frank, are you just playing you?
I'm pretty much, yeah. Me and Bitters are just doing us.
Yeah.
Just like a nature conservative version of you. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I'm me who can turn into a dog, pretty much.
Okay, cool. So you got it. Speaking of Stewart, is it Stewart or Steward?
Stewart.
Stewart with a T, like look what I can do. Cool.
Yes.
So Stewart, tell us about you and how you got involved with Toddrick and the Order of Ash and Bone.
Stewart Gibbs, goes by Gibbs. He grew up from a cattle farmer family. Loves a good steak, cold glass of milk. Out in the woods one day, comes across this dwarf who, he's covered in shit. And he's all right. I mean, he takes him home, asks mom and dad, like, I'll take care of him. Can I keep him? Hangs out with him a little bit. Gets to know him over the years, and he finds as he gets older, Toddrick's, still kind of young for a dwarf. He keeps him young. So they get to palling around, and all kinds of shenanigans. As much shenanigans as a book-loving dwarf can get into, anyway. Um, and one day he comes up with this idea. He's gonna join this cult, this order of Ash and Bone. Which, I mean, the name itself is just ridiculous. That doesn't sound on the up and up. So he decides he's got to keep Toddrick alive. He quits being a city guard, which was only okay for him anyway, and tags along to join this order. Like he went to magic school, he may as well.
May as well put it to good use.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been able to do anything with it, but he knows the ins and outs of the stuff anyway.
Sweet. So those of you who have been around for the Bound by Flame campaign since the beginning, which I believe is only bitters, you'll notice that the magical academy that Toddrick and Stewart attended is called Alabaster's Academy of the Arcane Arts, also known as the White Spire, the same citadel, the magic college that one Brand Stormbrew attended. So there's a little fun little Easter egg for you guys there. And speaking of fun little Easter eggs, segue, nailed it. Madfish, tell us about Thorne and how she got involved with the Order of Ash and Bone.
Thorne is a black dragonborn with a little bit of an anger problem.
Mm-hmm.
She's, maybe a little. She's technically an adult, but maybe she's a little young for an adult, a little naive. But she likes to kill things, and the clan really, with Dragonborn being seen the way they are, maybe that was not a good attitude to be having.
Right.
In public. So they tried to, put her on guard duty and tried to guide her into things where she could at least channel her urge for violence. And she's quite good at it. So eventually someone from the order, came in contact with the clan, and they were like, "Can you please take her and just point her at something?"
Yeah. She's the human cannonball. Just point her at the thing, or the dragonborn cannonball, rather. Just point her at the thing, and she'll mow it down.
Yeah.
Cool.
But just keep pointing her at a thing.
Cool.
So it was more of she ended up in the town, Blackpool, and where she fights in some kind of arena.
Yep.
She has a persona costume. I imagine she would be the bad guy persona.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's the dragonborn macho man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty good shit. Cool. So, as you know, as I said before, you were recently in Blackpool, and you've seen the destruction that's happened over the past few months, and you're in a rebuilt Blackpool. They are slowly rebuilding after the atrocities that have recently happened there. So you're part of that construction crew, all the while being a discreet member of the Order of Ash and Bone. So real quick, I'm going to read you guys the intro that I wrote for this campaign, because I wrote it, and it's my show. Scholars and clergy alike understand that there are forces at work in Timorel that are far beyond mortal comprehension. The thinning of the veil is one such force. In locations the world over, it is believed that places of power exist, and that people are often drawn to them for unknown reasons. The most learned mages in the land believe these to hold some connection with what they call the ley lines, while the highest echelon of the clergy believe these locations to be divinely ordered by the gods themselves. Scholars, priests, cults, and secret organizations exist throughout Timorel dedicated to the study of these phenomenon. One such organization, spoken only in whispers and coded missive, exists for the sole purpose of tracking a blight on the land. Calling themselves the Order of Ash and Bone, these faithful worshippers of Decima have charged themselves with upholding a centuries-old prophecy which foretold that the blood of Narcissa Donovich, a Gwenwick noble woman, would one day staunch an endless tide of destruction and decay. As such, they have done everything in their power to keep the long-deceased body of this woman as fresh as possible. Members of the Order of Ash and Bone live normal, fruitful lives all across Timorel, keeping a watchful eye for signs of evil they've spent their lives combating has returned. And indeed, it appears to be the case. Mysterious pockets of dense fog have been reported in each of the great kingdoms, quickly followed by reports of undead, and as each king is wont to do, orders have been sent requesting the aid of mercenaries and adventurers alike. As a member of the Order of Ashen Bone, you know better. These sightings are no mere coincidence, and this blight cannot be stopped by just any adventurer. You have been called to action, and you must gather your allies and your wits, venture deep into the mists, and face the Dark Lord where he is most powerful. This is the Curse of Strahd. So, you guys are all respectively in your corners of the world. Toddrick and Stewart, you are in Albion on the watch for these. You have received coded missive, to which I'm sure Toddrick read aloud and quickly welcomed Phoenix 1976. Reverse that 67. Rise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard. He has quickly read that to Stewart. And, you guys are on a mission to venture forth to take up whatever king's request. So you guys have taken up the local lord's request to investigate these mists. There is a wood near where you guys are that has these strange mists. The last few weeks has been growing denser and denser fog, and recently it's staunched travel and mercantile business. So you guys have been sent to venture inside and find out what's happened. You guys have heard through your various contacts, one of those being Quad Solace, arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard.
Enjoy your stay.
Those being that there have been sightings of undead. Now, you're not sure if this is a rumor or happenstance or a confused populace, but you guys are intrigued by it nonetheless, and wary, especially you, Toddrick, as you believe that the undead are a blight on the world, and they go against every natural fiber of your being. So how would the two of you approach this foggy London town, or this foggy forest?
I would let Stewart go first since he's got the long pointy stick.
That's fair.
Yeah, Stewart would probably insist on going first. Undead, there's no moral qualms about killing them. They're already dead.
Oh, yes, I agree. You can't kill something that is already dead. What is dead must most certainly always die. You can't undead something that's already been dead. I read it in the book.
It's like re-deading.
Yeah, it's re-dead. You can't not dead some. We're right. I think we're good. I think morally we're clear on this. I think we're going to be okay.
But if it's not dead, don't kill it.
Unless it tries to kill you first.
Okay, yeah, self-defense.
Yeah. See? So, I think as long as we always take the moral high ground when it comes to killing something, we're good.
Yeah.
Now, is it hard for a dwarf to take the high ground?
Enjoy your stay.
All right, That's it. We're out.
Yep. Fine.
Shut it down.
Well, the more I kill, the higher I can climb on the dead
stay.
bodies of my enemies.
That's true. And one of those enemies, of course, being the Horned Chimera. Arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard. As well as Andrew Claus? Andrew Claus? Santa Claus? Welcome. Arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard.
There's no L there.
There's no L there, but there's an underscore, and that's on a letter. Who knows what that means? Who knows what that could be? Who knows how many fathoms? So yeah, you guys approach this misted wood, and you are traveling for what seems like hours. However, the deeper into the forest you go, the more and more dense this fog becomes, and you see these what look like coniferous forests and pine trees of the southern Albion. They become like this twisted, like almost violently bent and bowed trees, as if caught in a storm, but very stationary. It feels almost oppressive as they sort of lean in on you, adding to the darkness. You can see maybe 2 or 3 feet in front of you. This fog is so dense. For you, Toddrick, it's even harder to see. You're in the heat of this fog. It's right at head level for you. You're kind of relying on Stewart to lead you along. And Stewart, you begin to see a gravel stone path leading deeper into the forest. You're not sure if you saw it before, but you see it now, and you're fairly certain that this was not the wagon path that the mercantile caravans traveled, but you also haven't seen a path in quite a while. So, how do you proceed?
Being a city guard, I probably didn't get out too much, so maybe this was always here.
Sure.
But he kind of like pauses to look back at Toddrick, make sure he's still there following.
He appears
before just stay close. Don't like this. But on the bright side, our faces haven't melted off yet.
That's true. Your faces have not melted off. And speaking of not melting faces, Fallen121 donates his subscriber monthly advantage to 1KW Frags and his subscriber Nat20 to Madfish. Now, if you guys are curious what the hell that means, if you become a subscriber, you guys can give all kinds of free shit to the players once a month. And if you don't want to become a subscriber and you still want to give away free shit, check that donation section down below for all the fun stuff you guys can give away and help unMadeGaming get to TwitchCon. Toddrick, you were about to say something. No?
No.
Perfect. So as you are proceeding down this gravel pathway, you see a shadowy figure, maybe about 10 feet in front of you, Stewart. You're not sure that the mist pervade, like it's very dense fog, and you can kind of see something move. It looks to be on the same path as you are, sort of darting back and forth as if the same manner of lost you guys are. And we'll jump over to Thorne. Thorne, how did you get roped into this mist?
Well, it would be not difficult at all.
Sure.
Basically, you would just have to tell her there's undead in there, and she would pick up her axes and go.
Perfect. So with that, in the recent months in Grenwick, in the Duchy of Greenwall, nailed it, I remember what it was, there have been catastrophic undead sightings. So the fact that people are seeing undead near you is not strange at all. In fact, there have been reports for months of undead. There have been reports of disgusting blighted creatures, these arcane undead that have risen with these purple arcane sigils throughout their body, seemingly far stronger than any undead people have seen. There was a massive arcane storm with purple and blue crazy lightning, and everywhere it struck, these monstrosities arose from the ground. However, with the death of this, what everyone is calling the Blood Dragon, all of that seems to have stopped. With the appointment of one Bran Stormbrew as Royal Magus of Blackpool, and the newly instated captain of the guard, Rom Harless, things are getting back to normal. These are two of the heroes that beat back this tide of undead. They know what they're doing, and they've sort of taken Blackpool under their wing, and they're helping to rebuild and reforge this city. However, this new report of strange mist to the south, towards the frozen wastes, is concerning. Most of their encounters happened around the lock in the center of the continent, where most of the trade happens. It mostly happened in coastal cities. So this appears to be new. It might be related to the arcane storm. They're not sure. But Rom Harless has put out a call to arms asking for assistance, because at this point the Red Shields, that's the local guard and army of the capital, they don't have time to go out and search for this thing while they're trying to rebuild the city and reestablish order. So they've asked for heroes, mercenaries, and anyone willing to venture deep into these mists and find out if there is truth or not to this undead. So I'm assuming you took up that call.
Yeah, someone would just tap her on the shoulder, say, there's some things that need killing in that direction.
And you go.
Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, so under the cover of darkness, you begin your trek towards this dark forest. High overhead is the moon 7382. Arise,
Enjoy
minion,
your
and welcome
stay.
to the graveyard. And you see before you as you begin to go, the grass begins to die out, and it becomes more and more of a frigid tundra. You have that, what I imagine all of Canada to be like. You have that sort of, and it gets colder, and the winds from the south are coming up to you. And before you know it, you see these craggy, dead trees that are all manner of frozen. That these trees in the south of Grenwick, they bloom for like 1 month out of the year, and this is not that month. So you see these dead fingers of trees sticking out of the ground. You see this pervading mist around you. You see to your left and to your right, Rorikstead and Zyrab 948. Arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard. Two staunch companions that have also set out with you, and you enter the mist. Now, would you say you run headlong into danger, or would you be cautious and watch out for your two allies?
I think she would be considerate of her allies, because she would have been taught you needed to keep an eye out on the clan. Anyone who was with her at that particular moment counts as clan. So
okay,
she wouldn't shy away, but she wouldn't run crazily into danger with other people around.
That's fair. Okay.
Oh, totally different story.
Right. So you sense a fear in these two men, a fear that more or less disgusts you. You guys were sent here at the behest of one of the captains of the guard of the king, and these two men look like cowards. They look like you're very hesitant. The trepidation is palpable as they approach this thing, and they are at all times a good 5-6 feet behind you, just sort of whispering back and forth between each other about how dangerous this looks and how no one would know if they didn't continue, and how they could just stop here and say there was no undead and return, or just never return and everything would be fine. How do you respond to this if you overhear it?
She would kind of turn around and glare at them for an uncomfortably long time.
An uncomfortably long time. I like it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
And then she would be like, "Let's go." Be like that. You can just go.
But you're not gonna rat on us? You can come with us, Thorne. You can. It's dangerous in here. They said there was undead. Did you know how many undead already attacked?
She's just like has her big great axe. It's just like, it's going to be a lot less of them like that.
All right. Okay. Well, listen. How about we stay back here, like a few dozen feet behind you, and we'll cover your flank in case anything comes up from behind. You go ahead.
Fine, whatever. She'll just turn around and stomp off.
It's like that worked really well. I didn't expect that to go as well as it did, but she was all about it. Yeah, no, I know. She's out of her mind. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, Thorne, we'll stay here. We'll be right in. The voices slowly fade as you go deeper and deeper into this forest. And as you progress in the forest, it's much as Stewart and Toddrick found, where the deeper you go, the more thick this fog becomes, and it's no longer like knee high on the ground. It's raising to chest level, and it's making it hard to see, and you lose the path quite easily. And again, you see these frozen trees slowly fade to these dark oaks, which strikes you as strange. I mean, you're not a naturalist, but usually the deeper south you go, you're pretty aware that the colder it gets. And it seems as though the cold has almost abated, and you see these tangled oaks with no leaves, and they're just sort of like the boughs sort of arch over each other, blocking out the whatever moonlight you had. And after a while, you find yourself lost in this path, looking left and right, trying to find out where you might have gone wrong. And that's when Toddrick and Stewart see you from behind. Toddrick and Stewart, how do you react to this strange, dark figure wielding what appears to be an axe in front of you?
She's also 6'3",
Mm.
about 250 pounds. She wears cosmetic armor that has a lot of spikes and skulls of small animals, things made of bone, that sort of thing.
So you see about 10 feet in front of you, Stewart. Toddrick still hasn't seen it yet. You see a 6 foot tall, or what you assume to be 6 foot tall, rising above the mists, completely black shadow of this monstrous hulking form, spikes and bone chips and spurs off its body, wielding a massive axe, seemingly like looking back and forth as if searching for something. What do you do, Stewart?
I think Stewart will pull out his glaive and hold it in front of him protectively, and kind of like stop dead in his tracks. I imagine Toddrick bumping into his ass, and "Ho there! Announce yourself."
It's me, Toddrick. Who are you talking to?
Monster, are you undead?
Oh no!
No.
And as you peek out and look like on your tippy toes above the mist, your eyes just make that surface, and you see this massive form towering over the mist, axe in hand, just sort of searching back and forth. Thorne, you hear Stewart say, "Announce yourself, monster. Are you undead?"
No. Are you?
On the inside.
He's kidding.
Please don't ask me.
I'm gonna whisper to Stewart, be like, "So, are we still going to wait for them to attack, or you gonna take the initiative here?"
No, we're men of law, Toddrick. Come out of the fog.
Right, law.
She'll just if he calls that, she'll just stomp like straight through the brush right to him.
Yeah, so you just see this form just... And what you were hoping to happen was that this figure would come into clear vision and be far less terrifying than what you thought it was. However, the opposite happens, and you begin to see clearer and clearer the massive bone spurs and spikes, this nasty, jagged battle axe in its hand, complete jet black scales, acid dripping from the teeth as she storms towards you. Skulls and bones make up a chitinous breastplate, and it is the thing of nightmares walking towards you.
No, I changed my mind. You can stop there.
She'll stop. Are you guys would you guys be wearing anything like a uniform, or would it be
I might have like some leather shoulder armor and some just regular trousers, but over the leather shoulder armor is just kind of like a pelt of really shitty fur. Just
Okay.
like a bunch of squirrels squirrel skins that I've stitched together. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of what's his name, the brown
Radagast the Brown.
Radagast, kind of.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if you look closely and take the time to look at the skulls, the skulls are all very intimidating, but after a while you'll realize that a lot of them are squirrels and rabbits, and, but they're artfully arranged.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm gonna lean over to Stuart and be like, "Remember when I said all those bones of the squirrels? I think she took them."
You were asking who? No.
it'll be like,
Stewart, as contrast, he's dressed in like well-groomed armor and well-kept clothing. He kept his guard's uniform. Maybe not his insignia
Enjoy your
position
stay.
as a guard of the city, but
but he would have a sort of guard-like look.
yeah, he's got a tall
Okay.
helmet.
Well, then she'll automatically assume he is authority, and she'll just stare at him for an uncomfortably long time, and then be like, "Did the king send you?"
Yes.
Sure.
Good. Let's kill some undead, and she'll just turn around and and then she'll stop.
Nondescript
Oh
king.
yeah. There were some other guys, but I think they wussed out. And then she'll just stomp off again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I hope we serve the same king. I'm just gonna follow her
I have my
Enjoy your stay.
Intelligence of 8.
That's good stuff. Yeah, so, real quick here, Mr. Awesome and Lush of... Arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard.
Lush of man.
I don't know, that's a bunch of letters. Just
Man, is that LSD?
I don't know, I can't tell. Also, Fallen1121 donates $10 and said, Madfishy looks like she needs a magic weapon because her axe wielder is looking bootylicious. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Also, hot diggity damn, guys. We hit 11 out of 10 retweets, so everyone gets another advantage, including myself. And as you guys are conversing, you hear in the distance the cries of a child.
Why did you do that to me?
yeah.
Why did you do that to me?
She would immediately move towards that.
How do the rest of you guys respond?
I'm just gonna stare at Stewart like, for real?
Was that you?
No, I don't cry like a child.
They cry
Jesus.
like a man.
I cry like a dog.
Like a tiny man.
I wipe my tears with my beard so nobody can see.
What do you know about dragon people? Do they eat babies?
You did see her take off towards the baby.
Yeah, his face is gonna go. Oh no! And I'm just gonna kind of just pick up my speed and ready up a spell.
Sweet. What spell are you writing up?
Entanglement.
Okay. So, if you are charging forward, Thorne, I assume Stewart is taking up the position behind you as he is running to catch up. Thorne, you're the first to encounter them. You see two small children. One stands about 4'2", the other one probably about 3 and change. You could see, yes, that one of them is probably around 10. I mean, I'm not sure how experienced you are with young children or humans, for that matter. You can guess that the taller one is around 10 years of age, and the other one is seemingly younger or a dwarf. You're not quite sure. Not like a dwarf, but like just a tiny human. And the smaller of the two is clutching a bundle that looks like... You're not really sure if it's a doll, a child, but it's clutching something close to its chest. And both of them look scared and confused to see you storming up towards them. And you hear like a soft whimpering coming from the smaller of the two, while the other one turns and says, "Shh, be quiet. Is that a monster?" As you approach.
Enjoy your stay.
She'll go up to them. She's aware of young things. Humans come in small form.
They do come in small form.
So she'll go up to them
Enjoy your stay.
then crouch down so that she's smaller because people have told her that this makes her appear more approachable.
Yeah, when you lean down to small people, it makes them feel better about being small. I've heard that's really true.
Don't you ever.
So she'll be like, "Why are you here?" Can't get the voice. I had it before.
The taller one looks at you, and she like kind of, you can tell it's a female at this point. She kind of glares down at the smaller one, which you can tell is a young boy. And she says, well, there's a monster in our house. I thought it might have been you.
Where's your house?
There. And she points behind her through the fog, and rising up in the darkness through this fog, you see
Enjoy
a house.
your stay.
It is a tall brick row house. You can tell that it's seen some better days. You can see that some of the shutters are a little bit dilapidated. Some of the paint on the porch is peeling off.
Enjoy your stay.
And you see that, much like the trees around you, the trees in the front yard and the bushes have seen better times. There's no leaves on the bushes, there's no leaves on the trees, and they have that same craggy quality of they just look like agonized trees, if that were a thing. And also, hot damn, Netwix, Sprend, Birdman Lover, Rat8, And Max 1. Thank you for hitting that follow button. Rise, minions, and welcome to the graveyard. Also, we just hit 10 followers. Everyone gets more advantage.
Woohoo!
That's 3 advantages so far, guys.
I am so advantageous.
You are so advantageous. So yeah, she points to this thing and she says, "That's the house right there. That one."
Okay. I'll turn around and check to see if the other two had approached, and vaguely if those other 2 wusses I came with are around.
So you look back and you see Stewart and Toddrick discussing the likelihood of dragon people and their consumption of human children. And beyond them, you don't see anything. It's as if the mists have closed in around you, and you can't see pretty much anything past those 2. But it appears as though Stewart has noticed you looking at him, and I believe he has ushered them onward.
Where are your parents?
They are in the house. Yeah.
Monster? What monster? Like her?
I don't know. Mom and Dad said that they keep it trapped in the basement so it won't hurt us. But it howls a lot at night and makes makes really bad noises. It scares us. Mom and Dad said that we should stay in the attic because it's the farthest away from the basement, and that's the safest place. But sometimes it gets boring in there and we leave. And, well, here we are.
Maybe we should be getting you home.
My name's Rose.
Rose,
Yeah,
I am Toddrick.
nice.
This is my friend Stewart.
This is my brother Thorne.
This is,
That's my name,
What?
this is my name.
Thorne.
No, that's his name. His name is Thornbolt. What's your name? My name?
You're gonna confuse her.
I'm confused. You have terrible parents.
They seem okay.
They
protected us from a monster. They keep it caged in the basement, they said, and they made us stay in the safest part of the house. And they let us play outside sometimes.
Is it usual for humans to keep their young ones with animals or monsters? Is that normal? She's asking Stewart and
Yeah.
I grew up with cows, but not in the house.
Demon cows.
This is ridiculous. Let's just go talk to their parents and find out what's going on. Don't
all right, she'll just
leave the front of the house. Stay there.
Are you talking to Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks to you and says, okay, mister, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really
Enjoy
want to go
your
back
stay.
inside. The monster's noises keep me awake at night. And Sir McGalahad, arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard. He was supposed to save us the last time.
Enjoy
and
your
I
stay.
haven't seen him either.
As I said, you have terrible parents.
Oh,
We won't let them keep you in a house with monsters. We'll sort this out.
okay. I'm gonna go play then. Is that okay?
Just, you know this town. Don't go far. It's misty.
Yeah, there are misty bits in the town. If you get the chance, our baby brother is there too. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. He's on the 3rd floor.
Enjoy your stay.
The attic?
No, the attic is the 4th one.
You have terrible parents with far too big a house.
Yeah, he's a baby, so he can't go on the 4th one if he falls down.
Enjoy your stay.
Technically, he could fall from the 3rd too. But...
Oh no! So
Yeah,
if you see him in the third floor, make sure he doesn't fall.
That scares me every
I
time.
hate that.
It reminds me of Max Payne.
You're welcome.
Oh, that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll play over here. Is that okay? Right here by the trees.
Sure.
Okay. The gate is open, and she points back to the house, and you guys, you've already ran towards the gate.
Well, she doesn't run. She just sort of
She
stalks.
just aggressively stalks towards the gate. So you see, as she points away, you see your dragonborn companion is halfway between you and the house already there, and you see a gated, not a portcullis, not the one that goes up and down, but a gated, like a gate that swings halfway open, and you see that it's a rusted gate abutting the house, and it's slightly ajar as if the children had just come outside. Yeah, that's it. You see on the first floor, there are several windows boarded up. Now that you are closer to this house.
What's the state of the front door?
The front door is slightly ajar. However, you see that once you approach past the portcullis, you can see that the paint is peeling on the door. And the handle, like the knob itself, is rusted almost to the point where it would fall off if you gripped it too tightly.
So she'll probably grip it too tightly,
Yeah.
and yank the door open.
So as you like jam the door inward, as you jam the door inward, you feel the knob you grabbed just sort of crunch in your hand, and you see a few flakes just fall as you wrench the door inside, and you hear the wood scraping on wood. And you see like dust fall off of the top of the door, and you hear the groaning of the hinges. That's the word I couldn't think of.
Are you playing
Knock.
noise again?
No.
No, you're just losing your mind.
Yeah, I must be.
The fear.
Knock. Knock and announce yourself. You're trespassing.
This is not how civilized people act.
You're trespassing, and you're a monster.
Please behave.
People will lose their minds.
She's just standing inside the doorway, watching them. So then she takes a couple of steps back, like to leave them room in the hallway. And she's like, "What? What am I supposed to say?
Just
Your children on the lawn. That's bad, I think. This house looks really, really dirty. That's bad, I think."
I have an idea, Thorne. Maybe you don't do so much thinking.
Okay.
Let us take it from here, please.
She'll just kind of stand in the door.
Yeah. And I got us into it. I said, let us take let's take it from here. Stewart?
Stewart wasn't expecting any less, and he pounds on the open door and calls into the house. The guards of this town.
You just shout guards of this town into the...
Yeah,
That's perfect.
we're entering. Is anyone here?
Yeah, so you guys enter, you guys walked right up to the actual front door of the house, so you guys are inside where the portico is, the stone portico archway, rather. And you see, to your left and right, you see oil lamps hanging there that are unlit. Look like they've been unlit for quite some time, hanging on chains. Do you open the door, or do you just bang on it?
Yeah, I think Thorne had
I
opened
already
it.
opened.
Yeah, so Thorne just sort of like jams it in. Do you just continue to like bang it the rest of the way open?
Yeah.
Okay. So this door opens into a foyer, to use one of those fantastic French words again. Yeah, it opens into a foyer, and on the wall of this foyer is a shield you would immediately recognize this Stewart as heraldry, as a house crest, you would assume. It is a stylized golden windmill on a field of red. And on either side of it are family portraits, you would assume. It looks to be human aristocrats. A beautiful, well put together mahogany frame, and a family of a what you assume to be a mother, father, the two children you identify as the ones you spoke to outside, and the mother kind of looking incredulously down at a bundle which you can only assume to be the little brother that the girl Rose had mentioned. But this room ends in a set of double doors.
And okay, so you said, does it look like it's lived in, or does it look like it's been abandoned?
So this room is dark, and it looks like the front foyer. It looks like the front hall, so you can't even see into the rest of the house until you open this next door. This looks like the two oil lamps outside haven't been lit in several days, if not weeks. But as for this room, this is like the walkway to get into the actual house. So you're not really sure. It looks like no one's been through except for these children in the last couple days. There's a nice thin veneer of dust.
I think hearing nothing from within, Stewart will lead the charge to open up the next set of doors and call out again, "Town guards!"
You hear nothing in response. But this new set of doors, Frag's like, there is noise this time.
Okay, goddamn.
This new set of doors opens into a wide hall, seemingly running the entire width of the house. As you kind of poke your head in and look around, you see what little light filters through the boarded up windows on the outside. To your left, you see a dark black marble fireplace on one end, and a sweeping red marble spiral staircase leading up to your right. Across the room, you see several doors leading to various parts deeper into the house. This room seems immaculate. There's no dust here. You can't really tell if it looks lived in, but it looks at least cleaned. How do you proceed? It is getting darker and darker the further into the house you go. You do see oil lamps, sconces on the walls.
Enjoy your stay.
Let's light this up.
And then you burn the and as you say that, little Lolly 92, arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard. A small child runs across. And that's 20 out of 20 followers, guys. That's a fourth advantage tonight. We're on fire. We're on fire.
Oh my lord.
So you see. So as you poke your head through these double doors, you kind of like open them separately, and you stick your head in. You can see that there are wall sconces on either side of the door. There are some across the way, and there is obviously a massive fireplace directly to your left. That looks like it could be lit. It could get super lit, fam.
Something doesn't feel right.
Bill,
Besides the children with monsters and bad parents.
Bill
Enjoy your
starts
stay.
putting her hands on the wall to see how the wall feels.
It feels like a wall.
If that thing starts gushing blood.
She's like, well, the wall feels right.
That's good.
I'm
going to light
Kind of
the
like
fire.
standing there waiting to be told what to do.
I'm gonna. Yeah, you said you're gonna. Are you walking to the fireplace there, Stu?
Yeah, he's walking to the fireplace.
I think while they're doing that, now what I'm hearing, this is what we're hearing, but we don't see this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna yell out, "Hello, hello!"
And you hear, "Hello, hello," as it echoes back.
I think Kilno Reeves lives here.
I am Keanu Dracula.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
It had started early. So this is just like the living room, pretty much.
It looks to be some sort of main hall. Yeah.
Some sort of main hall. Are there any doors I can jiggle?
Yeah, there's plenty of them. In fact.
All
So have you guys actually entered the room?
Yeah.
I figured if she was caressing a wall and he was walking towards the
Yeah.
fireplace,
Cool. So as you enter the wall, so Toddrick, you have dark vision. Thorne, you do not, and Stewart, you do not. So you can see Toddrick better than everyone else here. It is waning light. Whatever moonlight is siphoning through the boards on the windows here. You see, as I said before, this massive, probably as tall as you are, black onyx marble fireplace. To your rear is a equally astounding red marble staircase going up, spiraling upwards. And you notice immediately that the wood-paneled walls all around this room are paneled with images of vines and flowers, nymphs and satyrs, and all, friendly and, if, neutral creatures of the glades and the forests. Interesting design for human nobility or aristocratic humans as well. Yeah, you see this strikes you as interesting. But from here, you can see that there is a door directly across from where you guys came in, another door directly to the right of that, and then there's a small alcove with 2 more doors in it, and a door behind you towards the what do you call it? The door you came in. In fact, why don't a door towards the exit. In fact, why don't I do this for you guys? Make it slightly easier.
Oh, neat.
How about that?
How about that?
You guys are there. Did that work? See that? You guys are there.
Yep.
You gotta, if you hold shift and then
Yeah,
ping.
I did. It didn't work. Hold on, let me try it on this
Oh.
one.
Are you on the right layer?
Meow. How about that one? That work? Nope. I don't know why.
Layer?
Yeah, I'm on the right layer. How about that
There
one?
we are.
There we go.
There we go. Now
There
I
you
see.
go.
Mhm.
There you go. There it is. So you guys are there in that room.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the fireplace.
In fact, you guys all have tokens assigned to your characters. You guys can feel free to pull those out and place them in that room wherever you want to get this game of Clue going.
I feel bad because I don't. How do I?
Click on your character sheet and drag it out to the map.
Okay. I'm dragging it.
You want a hand there, buddy?
Yeah, please. I'm dragging. I'm dragging. I drop and nothing drops. There we go. There it is.
Huh.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you should have control over that guy now.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. We came in from right here. Going over here. Okay. So you lighting that fire there, Stu?
Yeah. I think he's at this point pulled out his tinderbox and begun preparations to get a fire going.
She will, if he's going to start that, then you said there were oil lamps?
Yeah, there are a few oil sconces on the walls. You can light those up easily.
Yeah, so once
strike
she
with a
gets
tinderbox.
she'll get it. It's one thing she knows how to do.
Is to light things on fire. Yeah, so you light up, I'm not going to click them all over. They're all over the walls. There's a few of them here and there. So you light those up. The room is ignited in bright light. The fireplace doesn't take too long to ignite either. And you guys are here. You guys are in this room. Yeah, that's what you see.
This is weird.
Oh, in fact, I'm sorry, not Toddrick. What's your name? Stewart. Stewart, you are at this marble, amazing fireplace, and now that you are donned in bright light, you can see that above the fireplace, hanging there, is a immaculate-looking longsword. with a almost scrimshaw-esque windmill carved into the pommel, the hilt of this blade. It is designed to look like a windmill minus the actual windmill blades. Just hanging there, mounted above the fireplace.
Like on the shield, I assume.
Like a windmill, like on the shield, yes.
Family sigil type deal.
That's what you could infer easily.
This is weird. No one has responded. They said their parents were inside. Someone go check on those children, make sure they're all right.
Okay.
Yeah, someone should check on those children.
She's already, as soon as he said to do that, she started doing it.
I'm a delegator. I like to delegate things.
I think with the job handed out, Stewart's gonna like creep around and have a look through some of these other doors.
She'll go inside.
So we'll jump over first to Thorne and see you leaving this building. So as you leave, you are again plunged into darkness as you slowly leave this house. And as you get out there, you see that the dense ring of fog has seemingly encroached the house even further. And what you could see of the moon before, you see next to nothing. You see slivers of pale moonlight coming in through the fingers of these gnarled trees. And as you look about from the portico where this rusted gate is, you don't see either of the children.
Okay. She will take a few steps out, but not too far, because she still wants to be able to see the house.
Yeah, so you do. You step outside of the portcullis, you walk forward, and you can roll me a perception if you'd like.
All right. Oh, we're good at these.
A 15. Yeah, so you kind of crane your neck and look into the mist, and you're straining in the darkness to see, both in the darkness and then through this dense fog, and you can see movements. You know how when you walk through fog or you walk through mist, it sort of swirls behind you. You see these swirls, these little dust devils, as if something's moving in there, but you can't quite make out the shape. You assume, judging by the height of this fog, that it could be one of the children, judging by the fact that they would be underneath the ceiling of this fog, but you can't make out their forms. You just see the swirls of something moving.
I think she would call out for Rose. Is that you?
Enjoy
You
your
are
stay.
met with abject silence.
She'll kind of back towards the house a little bit.
In fact, as you look out and you begin to search and call out, it has the opposite effect of what Toddrick did when he walked in and said, "Is anyone here?" and it echoed around. It feels as though your shout is almost muted. Like your shout only got as far as the fog. Your loud, booming voice only went a few feet in front of you before it was seemingly cut short.
She doesn't understand what that means.
Mm-hmm.
She will back up. It's not right, but she can't really
figure out why. Right,
Yeah.
for sure. Perhaps Dr. Super Trooper can help you. Arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard.
Well, with a name like that.
You'd hope so.
Enjoy your stay.
Either that or a Texas half note. Arise, minion, and welcome to the graveyard. So, Toddrick, Stewart, you were opening doors. Is that correct? Cool.
Yeah, I think he was gonna have a look through here.
Okay. So, you look through there. You open this door with a creak as it enters, as you open and step inside. Before you, the centerpiece of this room is a beautiful wood-paneled dining room with a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs, all plush leather, overstuffed for comfort. A large crystal chandelier takes up the majority of the ceiling, casting no light above it. You do see the cable runs down for a servant to lower it and light the candles above that. You see that the table is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware, polished to a dazzling shine. You can see it glinting off the fireplace, the firelight and the sconce light from the previous room. And then you see to your left, as you walk in, another massive black marble fireplace.
He'll go check that one out. Is there any decoration to this one?
There is not. Actually, I lied. There is. So above the marble fireplace looks exactly like the other one, as if carved by the same architect. Mounted above it, it's the exact same place as the sword. There is a nice beveled mahogany frame similar to the one you saw of the family. However, this one is a painting of an alpine vale. Looks like beautiful trees and a vast mountain in the distance. As you cross the room, you notice that on the far wall, opposite when you came in, there's enough light for you to assume a dark red drape over all of the windows.
Yeah, he'll probably
Enjoy
go
your
and
stay.
try to pull a couple of them back in hopes of getting some light in here.
Yeah, so you clink, 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 and you slide them all back along their hooks. And again, you see that the windows are bordered on the outside, and there is a thin, pale slivers of moonlight shining in as you open one and the next. And as you do, the moonlight catches off the silverware and sort of shines and sparkles. The more light you shed into this room as you make your way down this wall, you begin to notice a massive tapestry on the back wall here. A massive tapestry in that location. The tapestry is a depiction of hunting dogs and horse-mounted human aristocrats chasing after a wolf. And you see this thing is bolted to the wall with iron bolts.
They'll probably call out, Toddrick, come see
Enjoy
this.
your
You'll like
stay.
this.
Toddrick, you hear, Toddrick, come see this.
There we go. Unmute. Toddrick is going to scurry on over.
Now, do you go through the same door he went through, or do you go through
Yeah.
the door you were standing in front of?
I just kind of moved my thing over there. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to go through his. I'm going to assume that I didn't really kind of make it over there. I would just kind of glancing around, looking at all the old crap.
Sure. Yeah, so you walk in and you see all of the same things. You see all of the same things there. You do see, since you're lower to the ground, you see that, much like the previous room, the wood paneling is all carved with elegant images of deer among trees. Very natural situation. As well as you see the Mad King Midas subscribing and granting everyone a 5th advantage.
Jeebus. All right. Just before he subscribed, what did you say I saw because I was so low?
You see, because you're so low, you see the wood paneling on the ground. I'm sorry, on the walls, just like the previous room. However, these are elegant images of deer among trees, frolicking in their natural habitat.
No, not those. The tapestry. Wolves and dogs.
I guess that's pretty cool too, but I like the one with the deer. Reminds me of my mother.
You don't talk about her much.
Anyway, and he's gonna like walk around the other side, just checking out the table. Like, I'm sure you said this and it went right over my head, but is the table set? Does it look like it's set?
It is set. It is very much set. It is set very ornately. There are resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. It looks like it is ready for a delicious meal. Also, all of the chairs are plush, high-backed. Since you're at the table, you can see that all of the armrests are sculpted. Looks like a very well-to-do.
Is there any do any of the chairs look more elaborate than the rest of them. Like, is the chairs, do the chairs on the either ends look more
They
ornate?
don't.
All the places are set.
All the places are set. Every single one. All 8 places are set. And no chair looks any more important than the other one. Also, Mad King Midas says he's giving me a nat 1 for that horrifying mustache. And he's giving a nat 20 for Madfish. Because he accidentally subbed twice. One on GameWith and one here on Twitch. So I said, why not get double the bonus? So nat 20 for you, Maddie. So you are in this room looking at these chairs. What are you looking for?
I'm gonna remark to Stewart. Okay, so this is supposed to be one family's house, correct?
Yep.
2 kids outside.
Yep.
1 baby. Doesn't need a place set. And then 2 adults. That's maybe 4 places. There's 8 places set for this table.
How many of us are there?
3?
Still down 1.
You keep hearing this freaking kid, man.
Right. There was a baby.
There was a baby, but a baby's not going to be running around like this. If it's a baby, it's a baby. Baby can't run. Okay, that's a baby. That is a baby.
All right, I hate this house.
I
hate that we're here with some monster and we don't know why she's here.
I'm pretty sure she's out there eating the kids right now. If you want my guess.
Shit.
She doesn't even need a table set for a place set for her at this table. She's eating the children. That's 3 places we don't need anymore. She's going to be full. The kids are gone. What are we doing here?
Toddrick, this is your fault. And Stewart's going to storm out of the room back the way he came.
That's fair. So as you begin to storm out of that room, you are met right here by a returning Thorne.
Does she have blood on her face?
She does not have any more or less blood than she had when she left you.
Which is to say only a small amount.
Yeah. Which was the
The
appropriate
children?
amount.
I could. It might have been, but the fog, it's weird.
The fog was weird.
It weird. More weird? It's close. And when it talked, it was wrong.
It usually is, from my experience.
She looks mad. She can't explain herself, and now she's getting angry.
Yeah, and Stewart takes a step back.
That's awesome.
What should we do?
We have to find their parents. They're terrible, terrible parents. This house is really weird. And we're here to investigate undead.
Yeah.
Wait, you two?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Wait.
You were investigating walls.
No. Undead. Are bad. That's why I have this. And she holds up her axe. So, where are they? Because, and she kind of makes this like chopping gesture.
We've yet to figure that out.
Wait, you say you're making the gesture with your axe like that?
Like she's chopping.
I'm gonna come out of this door around that time and just scream, "I knew it!"
As she's chopping at Stewart.
Yeah.
So I guess she'll just look around, kind of like walk in a circle all the way around because she's there's so many doors and stairs and everything. It's very confusing for her. And then she'll just turn around and open this door behind her.
Okay.
That was my fault, I suppose. I told her to look around.
That's true, you did. Toddrick, while you see her stomping around and opening doors, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Thorne, as you open that door, you are met with another dark room. You can kind of see into it by the sconce light. You see that this is a similarly oak-paneled room, like with wood panels as the other rooms you've seen. However, before you, do you enter the room?
Yeah, I mean, I think she would open the door, look, and then step in.
Okay, so as you open the door, you peek your head in, you look forward, you see a few tables and chairs, and then you turn to your left, and you see the snarling, aggressive visage of this massive wolf just staring you down in the face.
She'll just give a huge, fangy grin at it. And then she'll step back and get the axe ready.
Okay. So as you open, as Thorne opens this door, Toddrick, you were trying to get an assessment of what the hell was just happening around you, and you're looking around, because you have that feeling that you missed something, that you know something's not right. What Thorne said kind of resonates with you, and as you're looking around the room, trying to get a feel for what's happening, you notice that the wood-paneled walls that had the pictures of vines and flowers and nymphs and satyrs. You look closely, and now you notice that some of the vines aren't vines at all. They're serpents. And there is several skulls woven into the trees or on the belts or faces of the dancing nymphs and satyrs. Strikes you as quite strange.
Okay, now, is this something that would have been there the whole time, or do I notice that it actually changed into this?
No, it would have been there the whole time, but either way,
okay.
You wouldn't really know that. You looked quickly and you saw a scene of nice beauty, and now that you're taking a second to look further, you're like, oh, this is less nice than what I first thought.
I'm going to go to the closest one of them near me. Can I reach it?
Yeah, it's the wall. It's the whole wall.
Oh, it's the wall. Okay, I didn't know if it was like, a banner halfway up the wall.
No, it's the whole wall.
I was going to be out there. I want to go and just kind of like run my hand over it. And I'm going to call old Stu over.
So, Stewart, as you hear your friend Toddrick call you from behind, you see Thorne back out of the room and immediately raise her battle axe into a fighting stance and gets into an aggressive position with whatever she saw in that room. How do you respond?
I think Stewart would pull out his glaive again and stand ready behind her. Not a good time, Toddrick. Is it important?
Toddrick's going to go. He's going to be looking at it. He's going, but there's something weird here. Did you notice? And he's going to turn and see them both with their stuff drawn. Like, uh-oh. And he's going to turn around and he's going to, he's still got that spell prepped and he's just kind of, he doesn't know what a fighting stance look like. So he just kind of is going to, and just get ready, I guess.
He just gets his wizard fingers out.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm ready. Or he puts one hand in a pouch and the other one he just kind of points it because there's no guns, so he doesn't make gun fingers. He's just like,
That's awesome. So you guys all stand there in whatever your battle stance is. The air is palpable between you, and you're waiting for what seems like forever for whatever Thorne saw to jump out of that room. And the longer you wait, the more you realize that nothing is coming.
She'll look very confused and step in.
You step in, and before you is that same dire wolf growling, maw wide open, toothy grin. Across from it is another one in a similar pose, and you look past the one you saw. There's a third one that is also there in a similar pose on a rock. All three are stuffed.
This is going to take her a while to figure out. So she'll like walk past it really cautiously, like still looking between them, like ready. But she'll just kind of move into the room.
Yeah, as you pass by them, expecting some kind of wolfish movement or a head to track you, not a single one of these three wolves move at all.
This is confusing.
As you get into the room, you see that there is a fireplace, much like the one you've seen before. Above the fireplace is a massive 10-point stag, just positioned and mounted, its head mounted above the fireplace there. There are two plush padded chairs draped in animal furs directly in front of the hearth. A small oaken table stands between them, both sort of the table supporting a small cask of wine, two goblets, a small rack, and a candelabrum, which is the candles are melted down to almost nubs. There is also a chandelier above, but it is above the cloth-covered table you saw when you first walked in the room. Behind you are two cabinets standing against the wall. Those are here, and the other one's behind you.
Okay. Once she sees the furs and the head and everything, she understands hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So, it'll slowly come around, but she doesn't understand why they look alive.
Mm.
Because usually once you get the fur of the thing, it doesn't look alive anymore.
Right. Yeah, stuffing an animal isn't a dragonborn concern.
No.
Animals for decor isn't a typical trait.
I think about the time she's having this realization. Stewart's like coming to the doorway and seeing what's going on. By the gods.
What is it? What is it?
It's wolves. Dead wolves. Not undead, just real dead.
Well, I thought we've already... Dead is dead.
Okay, but there's an extra rule where people stuff them and use them as decoration.
Oh, it's a stuffed wolf.
Stuffed wolf.
She's like poking at it with her axe.
You jab at the one that was growling at you through the door, and after a few jabs, it's sort of like as you're sort of jabbing it off balance.
She looks like a dog tilting her head to the side.
Just
confused.
Very confused.
They're trophies, Thorne.
Oh. And then she'll just walk further into the room and wait.
Toddrick's not going to go into the room. He's not too hot on the idea that there's stuffed dead wolves in there.
So there's the candelabra that's like burned down.
Yep, there's a candelabrum
Clearly.
on that right here. There is another chandelier like the one you saw over the dining room table, only much smaller, hanging above the cloth covered table there.
What's
and
like
is, a
the
fireplace.
state of the room? Like is it clean like the main hall?
Yes, it appears to be clean. It appears to be nothing is rotted. Everything seems to be well in repair. The only strange thing is that the two outward windows are boarded from the outside.
How about wine? You said there was no wine.
Yes, there is a small cask of wine.
So she'll pick it up and pop it open.
It
And smell
smells like wine.
That's not yours.
A
It does.
gleaming endowment.
Just smelling it.
Um,
And she just looks very...
You ruined it.
Rem donates $3 to apparently himself. He says, advantages to Aunt Nanny's sweet little PCs. Just wipe your feet before visiting Narcissa's tomb. So that is one advantage for all of you guys from Rem.
Awesome. We're gonna have to use all of them today.
Yeah, Rem has messaged me. He's going to jump in next week. We'll slide him in next week. Don't worry. I can slide in an old lady anywhere.
Oh my.
Yeah, take that as you will.
Oh my.
So you guys have like 6 fucking advantages right now. That's an insane amount.
Yeah.
So yeah, you open the top of the cask of wine. It looks like a blood red wine. It smells it doesn't smell old at all. It smells like a fresh wine. It smells like a delicious red wine.
She'll take a little sip just to check that it's still good.
Yeah, it tastes good. In fact, judging by what I assume to be your lifestyle previously, this tastes like some of the best wine you've had.
Yeah. She'll do that, put it down, look at Stewart. It's still fresh, good.
It's still not yours.
Just checking.
We have to find someone.
Okay.
We'll keep searching. Just put it down. Toddrick, you had found something. I'm sorry for dismissing you.
I'm gonna go back over to the wall. Be like, these are pretty hardcore for a family house, wouldn't you say? He's gonna show him the snakes and the skulls and stuff. Maybe this is why those kids were so weird.
They were weird.
Weren't they?
Everything about this place is weird.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we're already dead and this is like hell. But we'll figure it out.
Do you hear a phone?
If they say the walls, she'll just kind of wait there to be told what to do.
Wait, I really do though. Is that
Bitters, you would recognize that noise. I'm sorry. I apologize. Stewart, you would recognize that noise as a servant's bell. As if someone were pressing a servant's bell somewhere in the house.
There's clearly nobody on this floor. They would have responded. They said the baby was on the 3rd floor. Let's go find the baby. Maybe that's where the parents are. Assuming we're on the 1st floor now. We go upstairs.
She'll
Okay.
start going upstairs.
But is this like traditional, like American first floor, where this is the 1st floor, or is it European 1st floor, where this is ground floor and the next floor up is the 1st floor?
Don't mention peeing on the 1st floor. She's not so bright.
It's awesome. All right, well, let's just weigh our options here. Let's say we go up to the 3rd floor.
He's already going upstairs.
Yes, let's say.
And there's a baby. You know, we're talking. I don't even notice you going up there. And we all gather around said baby, and then look, the parents walk in. I mean, this is how people die. Miscommunication. They're gonna think we're here to kidnap the baby. We got a giant lizard woman with us.
This is why you have me.
Yeah, but whatever. He's gonna just start walking.
So,
Wait, where
Thorne.
did she go?
Thorne, you approach the top of the stairs. You see several unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls in this hallway. It's getting harder for you to see. What little firelight is cast off from the fireplace down below is rising up the staircase. Hanging above the mantelpiece across from you, you see a similar family portrait as you saw before. An elegant wood frame with a family, a male, a woman, 2 young children, and then cradled in the father's arms in this time is what you can clearly tell is a swaddled baby Thorne. It's a swaddled child. And you can see that... Actually, roll me a perception.
Ooh, a 1.
Okay, that's what you see.
Do I have anything on me that I can use to light fire?
Yeah, you probably have a tinderbox. I'm
Okay.
sure.
So I'll light some of the wall.
Okay.
sconces.
Yeah, you show that a few of the wall sconces. As you're lighting the wall sconces, you see that there are 4 large standing suits of armor. They flank. Each set is on the walls. They each flank a double set of wooden doors. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm in the shape of a wolf's head. Sorry. And the doors are carved, much like what Toddrick was mentioning downstairs. These appear to be carved with dancing Utes. Yeah, it seems to be like dancing children around like a maypole or some kind of festival. It just seems like happy dancing children.
These 2 youths.
You also note that the as you exit the staircase, it continues up to a 3rd floor.
Okay. Well, they just told her to go up the stairs, so she went up the stairs.
Yep,
and,
you did go up the stairs.
and she turned on the lights.
You did.
Job done.
So you are, if you're lighting wall sconces, you're likely at least right over here. Yeah, so you've lit the wall sconces by the time your 2 companions round the top corner. You all see that same thing. You see these 4 spear-wielding, wolf helm-wearing suits of armor, both seemingly guarding or flanking a door. You see this picture frame resembling the one you saw downstairs. However, this time the father figure is holding the child. I think, Toddrick, since you would be more or less on the lookout for it this time, you see the children dancing on both of the doors. And some kind of festivities. You're not sure if it's a cultural thing or if it's some kind of festival. There's no outward representation of a festival. It just seems to be dancing children. What do you guys do?
3rd floor. This is 2.
Okay, and he says we have to go up another floor, and she'll just start going up the other floor.
The baby isn't happy.
So, as you begin to climb up to the 3rd floor, Thorne, you feel a cold draft sort of sweep down the stairs towards you. And I'm going to move you guys. Let me see if I can just do this quickly like this. Ka-chow!
Looks confused by that.
Boom, baby. Nailed it. So that's where you guys are now. Right over here.
Okay.
Wait, what happened?
Zip that.
Oh. Where's my token?
Yeah, I didn't move your tokens for you. I just zoomed you on the map to where you're supposed to be.
Okay. Alright. I will move my token. Yeah, and that's
I'm still lazy.
that's hang on. Stupid. Well, fine.
Up to this point, Stewart's been completely happy letting Thorne lead the way because, meat shield.
That's
It's
fair.
better to have her in front of him than behind him.
Yeah. So she'll light the torches on the next floor.
Okay. So as you round the stairs here, you notice that this area is dusty, coated in a thin layer of dust. That's the one of the first things that stands out at you is that it's coated in a thin layer of dust. There are cobwebs in the corners of the ceilings, and it's a bit drafty. It's cold. It's colder here than in the previous floors. It looks like the first 2 floors were kept nicely, and these 2 are very unkempt. So yeah,
Sure.
you guys come up to a dusty balcony. As soon as you exit the staircase, Thorne, you see a suit of a black plate armor standing against the wall, draped in cobwebs, attaching it to the wall. Oil lamps are mounted on the oak-paneled walls, much like the rest of the house. Toddrick, if you get to the top of the stairs, you again would be looking for this kind of thing. All of the wood-paneled walls are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, tiny critters scampering about the wood here. Yeah, that's it. That's what you guys see in this tiny room here.
She'll light some lamps.
Okay. Yeah, you do. You light the sconce that is directly in front of the is directly at the top of the staircase, and it illuminates the room, and you can see everything I just said better than you could before. In fact, it illuminates it down, and you guys can see that there is a small corridor here leading to a double set of doors. And you also see the 2 doors here in the corner.
This place doesn't look lived in. Said the children said they stay up here. The baby stays up here.
Appreciate you making that louder.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm gonna shave your mustache off.
They hear the baby.
You hear, everyone heard that noise.
Okay, she'll just look around for where it came from.
No, Thorne, when we find this baby, try not to frighten it.
Wait, did you say frighten or fight?
Yes.
I won't fight a baby.
Good. Good. I like this. We're on the same page now.
Where should I go?
You, from where you are, roll me a perception.
Yeah. I will use one of my many advantages.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. With a 13, it sounds like it is coming from. I guess there is a compass rose on here, but it's all wonky. It sounds like it's coming from the west, which is this way.
okay. She'll go in that direction.
Okay. So as soon as you go in that direction, as soon as your hand touches that door, Stewart, you see. Roll me a perception. You see yourself rolling a perception. In fact, Toddrick, you can do it too.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, so neither of you see anything.
Sorry,
as you-
I was going to use an advantage. I
Okay.
said it and removed it. I just didn't realize I was muted.
Sure, gotcha. So yeah, you see 2 things, Stewart. Firstly, because you're on the lookout for it, because your friend told you about it, you look at this wood panel around the room and you notice that it is, as I said, scenes of trees and falling leaves and small critters scampering around the roots. But you also notice that upon further inspection, there are worms bursting forth from the ground and small corpses hanging from the trees. And before you can say anything to your friend Toddrick, you notice as you turn to say something to him, out of the corner of your eye, you see something move and dust fall as the let me see here, as the creaking arm of this suit of armor swings its blade towards your friend Thorne. Everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
Beat by the -1.
Oh, you guys gotta click on your tokens. That's right.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
add them in
right.
there. I'll add them in there, you jerks.
It's been a while.
It has. Let me see here. Add item label. Actually, I think just click on your token and re-roll, and I'll add the appropriate thing in there. Click on your token and then re-roll initiative, and I'll just change it. That would be a 13 for frags, and a 4 for Mr. Stewart.
It's Thursday.
Cool. So Thorne, you hear at the last second the creak of this armor as its blade swings down towards you. You are able to deftly maneuver out of the way and round yourself on it, and you see that this entire suit of armor has seemingly animated and is now attacking you.
Oh, I'm going to attack it back
Go right ahead.
with my great axe and an advantage.
An advantage hits.
And oh well, I should have done this before. I think. Well, I might not go into a rage just yet.
Okay,
We'll see.
sure.
That's
So
my turn.
you smash your great axe into this thing. It sort of clink, 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 and reels backwards as it slowly towards you again. Toddrick, you were looking up at your friend Stewart as he was turning to say something to you, and through his gaze, you see this thing come to life and beginning attacking your new dragonborn companion. What do you want to do? You want to start by unmuting? 10 out of 10.
Hey, got me. Well, when I see this thing go to swing, I'm pretty much gonna look at I keep wanting to call you Sean, freaking Stewart. Be like, oh, and I'm gonna throw a Thorne whip at it.
Okay.
People want dwarf tossing. You're tossing Thorne.
11 will
Well.
not hit, as it turns out. 11 will not hit. So you are in the dim darkness of this room, surrounded by these strange noises and children's laughter and baby cries of things you can't see and things you can't hear, seeing depictions of the forest that you know and love being just desiccated by these various scenes of, disgustingness, and you just can't concentrate on your powers, and that whip goes a little too short, goes a little flaccid before you meant it to. You have whiskey Thorne whip, if you will.
Yeah, and I guess as I'm throwing it, I go, oh, Stewart! I throw it past him to try to, and I guess like you said, I just because I'm trying to maneuver it around him to hit him or whatever. Because I guess I'm trying to aim for his hand coming down, try to grab him and pull him back, and I just kind of and just miss completely.
Yeah, you're trying to do the around the friend thing, and it doesn't seem to go quite as far.
I'm trying to bend the bullet, just Angelina Jolie it.
However, this thing doesn't seem phased by any of your attacks, and it swipes out at Thorne for a 16, and again for a 9. Actually, I have 6 advantages. I'm going to spend one of those. So 2 16s. Do the 2 16s hit you?
Yeah, that meets my AC.
Okay, so 11 bludgeoning damage as this thing slams into you, swinging its, what does it have? It has a mace. It swings its mace into you, smashing some of the rodent skulls and bones off of your armor. Your friends, at least Stewart, can tell that some of this armor is only for show, as it splinters off of you. Stewart, is your turn.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt. Stewart's gonna move out of Toddrick's way because he saw how that went down. And this is it, self-defense. As he swings his glaive at this.
He shouts it too. Self-defense.
Suppressing fire.
Oh, this is how the whole party dies.
But I have a bonus attack
Okay.
with the back end of that polearm.
Yeah, that 20 hits.
7 blood.
damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, it takes all 7 of that damage. Now, what does your polearm look like?
It's he practiced as a guard with with Captain Lister, and he was real good with a sword.
Okay.
But Stewart could never really get the hang of a sword, and he thought, what's better than a sword on a long
Sword
stick?
on a stick, yeah.
Yeah. So it's more or less just a real long polearm with like a curved scimitar blade on one end.
Okay. Is it shoddy and makeshift too?
I mean, it's not the best, but he's kept it up real well.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you come down with the blade and you cling right off of his armor, but you quickly spin up with the base of it, the base of your polearm, and you kind of clock this thing and stagger it back a little bit, just in time for Thorne to come in and attack this thing. Thorne, what are you doing?
I am. Well, I'm hurt. So I think I'm going to use one of my crits.
Okay. You have 2 of them, right?
Ooh. Wondering if I should rage. I think I will rage now.
Okay.
And then, so I will crit. Oh, and I crit.
You crit.
Anyway,
So there we
14 damage. Cool. So that would be.
tell us how you could.
So you take your battle axe, sorry, your great axe, and you just sort of like, as soon as he staggers it with the base of his staff, you just sort of come into the chest of this thing, and you cleave some of the chest plate open, and you guys can see that there is nothing inside of this thing. Seems to be animated of its own volition, and it sort of clang, 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 staggers back under the force of that blow. It staggers back a half step towards Toddrick. Toddrick, how do you deal with this monstrosity rearing back to you?
I guess if it's on its way to me, I'm gonna step up. I guess I will cast the shillelagh.
Okay.
And have my quarterstaff. That I guess I just so conveniently forgot to mention that I've been holding this whole freaking time.
Sure. I mean, I assume all druids have some kind of a stick.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm not like like Cain in it or anything. It's just kind of just my chilling stick.
Chilling stick, yeah.
Yeah.
Gandalf kind of deal.
Yeah. So.
What does shillelagh do? Is that
shillelagh. That should have been. I'm sorry. Hold on. Bitter's nose.
It makes your weapon's damage die a D8 and uses wisdom for attack and damage rolls.
So
Yep.
you're still gonna make an attack roll.
Yep. I know this, man. I know. I'm not sure. Oh, wait.
I can no longer see your sheet, so I can't help you with that.
Yep. I know.
10 does not hit.
Okay. Jeez.
So you sort of swing wildly at this thing, but
That's rolling using strength too, though. We haven't got it set up for shillelagh.
Oh, you're right. Why are you?
okay. So that would be a 9 plus your proficiency bonus, which is +2, so that'd be an 11 plus your wisdom. So what's your wisdom modifier?
3, I believe.
So that would be a 9 plus 5 is a 14. A 14 is still a miss. So you wave your now hardened quarterstaff, your engorged quarterstaff at this staggered thing, but its movement is erratic under the 2 blows of your friends, and it sort of just like robotically moves under the weight of those crushing attacks, and you miss it.
Yeah, I slam it on the ground, and it like does a bounce up thing. I'm like, here we go, and I go to like just Babe Ruth swing at it. So when I slam it and then grab it, that's when it charges up, and I take that swing and just completely, and I do like a comical spin in a circle, and go, oh shit, and just miss completely.
I like it.
Oh, that was a close one.
As you almost hit Stewart.
Yes,
with the full
Stuart's like,
360.
strike one.
This thing staggers back and rounds on the first target he sees. Stewart, this thing is coming towards you with 2 slam attacks, a 9 and a nat 20.
That second one definitely hits.
So you take 10 bludgeoning damage as this thing collects itself, rounds, and just hits you across the chest plate with his mace, staggering you back a little bit. It is your turn to respond.
Well, he's going to start by saying, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Mhm.
And I'm going to use my second wind.
Okay.
I haven't set up anything for that, so...
Just roll your hit
manually.
dice.
Well, that it would add my con modifier. So I get 4 back.
Cool.
I think your hit dice automatically adds.
Yeah, if you click on the hit dice button,
It's
it'll
not
roll.
supposed to have my con modifier. Just my fighter level.
Oh, right. Second wind. You're right.
So that leaves me without a bonus action attack, but I got this. Got this. There's that big open hole.
You do got it.
I got this.
So the cries of the child you keep hearing get louder and louder before fading into a cacophonous echo. But as this barrage of sound assails you, you drive true with that polearm. How do you want to kill this guy?
I think he like swings into the split in the armor and just like splits the rest of it in the front anyway.
I like it. Keep him the old split.
Yeah.
So you just sort of just cleave him down,
Like
and you
opening
just
a can.
like can openers, and he is down, defeated, crumples, click clang 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 on the ground. Pieces of the armor spilling about. He is officially dead. And you guys have the room.
I hate this house.
Yeah. I'd still be raging. But she would just be standing
Did you
there.
actually rage? I thought you said you didn't rage.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did say you were willing to wait to
Yes.
rage.
Okay. So, no. So then I am not. But she would still be, because she's hurt.
Right. She would still be very aggressive.
Yes. She does not look friendly at this point. But she can hear, they can still hear the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Is still from this room.
It is.
Okay. She'll just look at Stewart and point to the door.
Cautiously.
So she'll,
Can you do that?
we'll try. Can she try to control herself enough to open the door slowly?
She can, if you roll me a stealth check. Yeah, you... And you turn the knob and... The door opens.
She'll look at Stewart, see if she should go in first.
I think so. Toddrick, you with us?
He's like kind of, yeah, let's go.
So as you step in, you see more dust and cobwebs in what you can assume was once an elegantly appointed bedroom. There is a large queen-size bed in the rear, the western side of the house. Excuse me. There, as you walk in, there's a door to your right. You see another set of double doors further down to your right. Those are the ones that are here on this wall here. Yeah, that's what happens. A large bed. There are two end tables on the bed. As you round that corner, you see a wardrobe with one of the doors is slightly open. Mounted on the wall right where you stand. Roll me a perception. Actually, roll me a wisdom, insight.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. That was my fault. So, good stuff. So as you step forward into the room, into that position you're in, immediately to your left you see something move, a shadow move across the wall. This large black monstrosity, and at first you're startled and you almost ring back with that battle axe, and you are face to face with a black dragonborn, breathing heavy, covered in skulls and trophies, as you stand face to face with a mirror, a full-length mirror on that wall.
I don't know if she would have seen too many of those mirrors.
Well, you tell me.
She didn't exactly spend a lot of time around people who had money,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not exactly welcome in fancy
Civilized
places.
houses.
Yeah, so this would be extremely confusing to her.
Mhm.
Aware of the concept of a reflection, but like, you know, in water or something, not on the wall in a square. So she's kind of making growling noises at the mirror.
So, Stewart, as you walk in, you hear your friend Thorne in a similar state as when she backed out of the room with the wolves. Heavy breath. You can kind of see her stance is an aggressive stance, and you hear low growls from around the corner of the wall as you walk into the room. How do you proceed?
Stewart does the cooking by the book. He's not gonna take chances. He pulls out his glaive again and readies. What is it? Again, But
She doesn't really know how to describe it, so she's not attacking. She's just keeping an eye on it.
Aggressively staring at the wall. You notice that every time you move, the image moves with you. As if, almost as if taunting you.
Like, a reflection.
But she's vaguely aware of the concept of a reflection, so it's just the little gears are turning.
It's just too sharp. It's too sharp of an image. It's too real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
As you assess the situation, Stewart, you notice that much like most of the wooden surfaces in the room, or in the building, I guess, this wooden framed mirror, because you can clearly identify it as a mirror, is carved to look like ivies and berries. That's it.
It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's just a mirror. Like, where's the baby?
She'll look around for a baby.
I'm gonna go to this room right here and just open the door. Found it! I think.
So as you open that door, you see a crib covered with a hanging black shroud. What do you want to do?
Once again, I'm going to look over at Stewart. Just mention that black is not necessarily the most choosy of colors for people trying to decorate their...
She's right there.
Good worst.
People don't normally decorate their cribs with the color, is all I'm saying. So either the baby's not a boy and not a girl, maybe it's an undead baby because they chose black. And if so, we kill it.
It attacks us?
I'm
just saying be certain.
I mean, yeah, of course, we're going to make sure that it's an undead baby before... You don't just go around stabbing babies willy-nilly. You got to make sure that they're undead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna creep up. I'm gonna creep up to it and I'm gonna pull back the veil.
As you pull back the veil, you see that there is a small bundle of blankets swaddled tightly into the form of a baby.
Do it. This is your deal.
I know.
This is your fault.
I'm gonna pull. I have a dagger. I'm gonna pull it out. And
You unsheath your dagger.
And holding the dagger downways like this. I'm gonna be like turning the Gucci goo and just kind of like trying to look at it and unravel the mass of whatever that is.
Cool. So you hold your dagger up and you slowly begin to peel back the layers of swaddling cloth. And as you remove the first layer, all of them just sort of to the side, and you are looking at a crib full of nothing.
Well, Stewart, I think we leave. I think it's time for us to go.
And put his dagger back in there.
Baby turned to ash. It wasn't undead. It wasn't anything. It was gone.
No. You're not giving up on it this easy. We have a job to do. Okay, maybe I've changed my mind.
Like Zoe Scoop!
It seems like our baby has gone up a couple octaves.
I don't like that noise.
I don't like it either. And I'm gonna... Is this another door right here?
That is not a door. That is a wall.
That is a wall.
That is a window. However, as soon as you and Toddrick are discussing the lack of insurity about this noise you're hearing, Thorne, again, you are attacked, assailed by a creature that slowly moves towards you. You see before you the the transparent form of an elegant young woman who seems to be bleeding from various wounds in her body. Her hair flies wildly in the wind, and she sort of floats aggressively towards you, eyes wide and wild, hands outstretched in claws as she reaches towards you. What do you want to do?
Oh, fuck no. I'm hitting it.
Okay, roll initiative.
Oh, hell no.
That's what she does.
Everyone click on your characters and roll initiative.
I only have 4 hit points, so...
It's good stuff. So, Thorne, you're up first.
Alright. No. I think because I have 4 hit points,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to rage.
Okay.
So we're gonna rage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna hit with the great axe.
All right. A 14 does, in fact, hit.
Sweet. And oh, that's not good. Minimal damage.
14, 6 damage is not too bad. It's not too bad. That would be numbers. Yeah. So as you guys all hear this wailing noise, you hear your friend just swinging wildly. You hear the whoof, whoof of the battle axe through the air. Stewart, you round to see this woman floating transparently, hair wild, clawing at your friend. What do you want to do?
I would also just like to step. I'm not gonna leave the threat range. I'm just gonna step there.
That's perfect.
Yeah, Stewart will call back to Toddrick. Undead, this is it. And maybe not step to the side because he's there to protect his friend. But he gets his glaive out whirling now that he's got some room in front of him. And he makes an attack with that thing.
Sure. That hits. 5
And
damage.
as he's all whirly bird, throws the other end out at it too.
That hits. 5 more damage.
You whirly birds are just...
Yeah, so you just sort of through this thing. Oh wait, that has all kinds of stuff. That's
No,
right.
it doesn't.
Yeah, it
no,
does.
it
Yeah, it does. So that would be...
What it has is a way to die fast. Because
Has a way to die faster?
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you see as this thing, and your blade starts to goes through this thing. Toddrick, you are seeing this combat happen. Is you have a reach weapon, Stewart?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're seeing your friend seemingly protecting you in this doorway from whatever this floating woman is. What do you want to do?
How much health does Stewart have?
Okay.
He looks okay.
He's been worse.
Okay. Man, I you know what? Oh no. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna yell at Thorne. Thank you, and that's gonna be my healing word.
The word is thanks.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
So you bonus healing word her for 5 points, and then what?
Nice.
And then I'll probably try to Thorn Whip again.
Okay. A 14 hits.
All right, and I think I pull him 10 feet.
Now, what kind of damage is Thorn Whip?
It is piercing.
Okay. Does that count as magical?
Sweet.
I guess it's a magical attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you pull it 10 feet towards you?
Yeah. So I did three piercing damage, and I pull it 10 feet, pretty much kissing it to Stewart's.
Oh,
To
bad
Stewart.
touch. Bad touch.
Yep. So it takes you just and you you see all your weapons, you see all your allies' corporeal weapons just sort of like phew, phew, through this thing. But for some reason, your Thorn Whip finds purpose, and you yank this thing towards you, and it stops just short of Stewart. And in doing so, it rears its mouth back and screams its banshee cry before draining Stewart of his life force. Stewart, I need you to make me a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
No,
I'm sorry,
pretty
Stewart.
good.
18, you succeed. However, you do take 9 necrotic damage as this thing and just drains your life force into its body.
Yeah, he hits the floor.
Yeah. That's good stuff. So
Well.
you just slump. You see his polearm clatter ting, 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 down to the side. You are now essentially face-to-face, Toddrick, with this monstrosity staring you down, wild-eyed, hair crazy, arms outstretched, now looking at you as a target. Thorne, you just saw one of your allies go down. How do you respond?
That's not good.
Nope.
I know that's bad.
Yes.
And so I think I will respond with my axe.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just check it. Second one. All right. I will. I'm still raging. So, you know what? I have another crit. I'm going to use it.
Okay.
So we're going to crit this one. So that would be an additional d12. I should do a crit. To make this setup for a crit.
So, are you using... Oh, you used your crit. Okay, yeah. So the crit hits. You do a total of 14 damage. It has resistance against everything. So it takes 7 damage.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so you just sort of rear back, and you bring all of your strength down, and just directly through the spectre. You see its incorporeal form kind of shimmer, but then reform slowly as it still turns its attention towards Toddrick.
Okay.
Stewart, I need you to make me a death saving throw.
Right. That's a bad one.
Stewart, so Toddrick, you can still see some of the life force draining from Stewart's body into this being as it slowly floats over it and towards you. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
Shiitake mushrooms here. I'm gonna I guess, can I use Healing Word to revive him?
You can.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna have to do then. So, yeah.
He regains 6 hit points as this thing rears back as you begin reviving your friend.
Get up! And as I, I'm sorry. Thank you, get up! Because that's my word.
And as if we haven't received enough advantages today, Crouton John subscribes at tier 1. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button, and I'll come up with a slogan for that eventually. Everyone else gets advantage, including myself. So guys, that's like fucking 8 tonight. It's an insane amount.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to shillelagh it again.
Yeah, go for it.
I think they're
Is
both
shillelagh a
bonuses.
Yeah,
It's not it lasts a minute, so you don't have to keep.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know how long it was between, because we had a little conversation.
less than a minute. We'll say.
Okay, alright, cool.
Oh god, guys, you want more advantages? Because that's how you get more advantages. Tree Hugging Druid used his Twitch Prime subscription to subscribe to unMadeGaming just now. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And you can't arise anymore. You're already arisen. And a minion. But welcome. Your patronage is accepted.
Did I do this right? I didn't do it right. I'm clicking stuff.
That's
and
the extra. I believe that's
Yep.
the extra damage. You got to roll actual attack.
Yeah,
Yep.
you should just have another weapon set up with the.
I should have, but
what's your wisdom is +3?
3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this would be a 13.
Right now it's a +1, so
It'd be a 13. And a 13 is just enough to hit. Just enough to hit.
so I guess 2.
So again, that's strength. So add 2 to that.
Yep, so 5.
Four.
I'm sorry, so 4. So you would have had to like step over your friend, heal him, and then whack that thing because your shillelagh is a melee weapon.
I'll grab and get up and I'm picking him up and tossing him behind me as I'm tapping her on the face like, nah.
And as you pick your friend up and you just sort of haphazardly swing your magical shillelagh at this thing, how does that kill it?
If I'm catching ground right across the jaw line, I'm just gonna lop its head off, just like Babe Ruth its head. It's just gonna, or not half of its head's gonna be hanging on by this side, so its head's just gonna pop open like a freaking can top.
Like nearly had this nick.
Yeah.
So you nearly had this nick this thing, and you see its head just sort of like loll to the side, and its mouth just goes agape, and then you see from the split in its neck, it begins to incorporealize and just sort of and fade away into nothingness as it disappears.
Nah, I'll just go. Did you see that?
Toddrick, you're my favorite dwarf.
You save me, I save you. That's how it goes. Hi, I get up. Whew. You think it's mad because I pulled the dagger on its ash baby?
So, I'm still raging.
Mm-hmm.
Time.
You're still raging, and you still now see, from the angle that you're at, you see the aggressive, seething dragonborn in that mirror again.
I think at this point she would just have to smash the mirror.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
can.
you
No,
can, yeah, you can absolutely smash the mirror.
Yeah.
And as you smash this mirror to pieces, you reveal that secret door.
That doesn't belong to. Never mind.
The mirror shatters. All that's left is the elegant frame that is vines and berries, and you see into a dark hallway that is a staircase that leads up.
She's just gonna barge through. And
Just up the stairs. I dig it. So the rest of you see her smash through this window, or smash through this this mirror, and you hear the telltale clomps of a dragonborn heading upstairs.
I think Stewart's still picking himself up off the ground when he realizes what's going on. Oh, for God's sake!
Do you guys follow her?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. I think it's going to be one of those moments where we look at each other and just kind of go, all right. Like, I guess we'll follow.
Yeah.
She's got the big weapon.
You guys go up those stairs. They bank to the left, and you proceed up another set of stairs, and you are met by Thorne at the top of the stairs, facing her most mortal enemy, a door.
I think this door is going to get opened rather brutally.
Okay. Do you smash through this door as well?
Well, I mean, she'll try and use the handle, but probably not well.
Roll, just for shits and giggles, roll me an athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah, so you grab and you can hear like the crystal of the door of the doorknob sort of crack under your meaty paw as you wrench this door forward. And you kind of like into the back wall, and you see the dust sort of fall. It disturbs several cobwebs. And you guys are standing in a hallway, a bare hallway choked with dust and cobwebs. You see doors before you. You see a small window leading out to the roof. And that's all you guys see in this room. It's rather dark in here. It's getting harder and harder for everyone except for Toddrick to see. There are no wall sconces here.
So this is where the kid said they slipped.
Fourth floor. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty terrible right now.
She's still seething, like breathing heavily, and occasional little drips of acid. Like, she's just waiting, looking around.
What are we even looking for at this point? Baby. There's no baby.
Yeah,
Well,
this is all you guys see. There's a few doors around you, but nothing else is jumping out at you.
Maybe we could find another ghost and it could eat me.
She will,
Literally.
she'll just move to the nearest door and,
Crush it.
yeah,
Tear it off its hinges.
yeah.
That's fair. Sprend. Another one.
Another one.
Subscribes to the channel. Everyone gains yet another advantage.
Holy
Nice.
macaron.
You are the most advantageous party to ever enter the Death House. Good luck getting out. So you are jumping into that first room you see. Cool. That's the room I wanted you to go to. In this room, you just sort of wrench this door open. Actually, I'm sorry, you don't. You grab the door handle and you wrench it with all of your rage barbarian strength, and you and this door appears to be locked with what happens to be Thorne's actual foe. Locks.
Locked doors. She doesn't know what to do. She's
No.
very angry now.
Guys, let's get some hype in the chat for all these fucking all these subs today.
Heck yeah. Sub.
I forgot I had the hype command because I'm a trash monster.
I forgot you had a hype command too.
Yeah, turns out it's UMG hype.
Oh.
She's looking like she's about ready to smash this door.
You can absolutely attempt. You can attempt to smash it down.
Unless anyone's gonna stop her.
We don't owe these people anything anymore.
Alright. She's gonna smash the door.
Okay, you may make me an athletics check.
I'm gonna use one of my million advantages.
Okay,
So 17
how do you attempt to smash the door?
with her great axe. That's what it's for.
Okay, so yeah, you rear back and you just sort of like cling on this thing, and it's as if you're hitting a metal door. You meet with this thing and it sort of reverberates through you and sparks fly off the door. Something is preventing your axe from biting into what seems to be a typical wooden door.
This is confusing, and it makes her angry. She will take a step to the side and start using the axe on the wall.
Yeah, you do. You just so you're using it on this wall here.
I'll make my own door.
Oh yeah, just next to the door. The
Okay.
door won't open. I'll make a new door.
That's fair. That's a good one. I like that. I like that a lot. Roll me an athletics check.
Okay. And I'll use another advantage
Sure.
because I can. So, oh boy, a 12.
So a 12. Your axe finds some more purchase than it found before as you just sort of swing down. You begin to tear what Toddrick and Stewart identify as gauche wallpaper down from the walls. It just appears to be some kind of fabric overcoating on the walls as you are slowly digging your way through this wall. It doesn't seem as though your brute force is going to get you through, but you're slowly making headway with your axe chops.
All right, this is satisfying her rage. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
there and hack at the door for a while.
I'm gonna lean over to Stewart and just be like, do you think she tried to pull on it?
Oh my god. Try the handle.
I'm gonna walk over there and grab the handle and try pulling on it instead of pushing.
So you grasp the handle and you turn it, and as soon as you begin to turn it, you feel resistance, and you realize that the door is locked.
No. We thought she was dumb. She is. Well, I mean, she's dumb, but she's not as stupid as we had thought. It's locked.
Keep your voice down. That axe is swinging.
She can't hear me. She's too busy being angry. And I guess while she's doing that over there, I'm like, well, that door's locked. Let's go check this one. And I'm gonna check see if this door's locked as well.
Sure. That door is not locked. You easily open the door.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna tell Stewart. Well, she's gonna be busy for a while. We might as well check in here.
Yeah, so you guys go in this room. You guys enter a dust-choked room containing a small, slender bed, a nightstand, a small iron stove, and a writing desk with a stool. And across the way, you see a wardrobe with the doors sort of opened all the way through. Roll me a perception check. 13 and a 24. So yeah, you notice first, Mr. Toddrick, across the way, beyond the writing desk, you see a small, smiling doll in a yellow lacy dress sitting in the northern window box. Cobwebs draping all around it like a wedding veil.
What were the kids that what was Rose wearing?
Rose was wearing... Oh, man. That's a good question. Let me scroll all the way back up to the top for a picture of Rose.
Rose.
Hold on. I actually have a picture that I can send
I mean, you pretty much already answered me if you had to scroll back and figure it out.
Yeah, but I have a picture that I can show you guys.
Okay.
There you go.
I guess we didn't spend a whole lot of time investigating on... So tell me,
There you
what
go.
does the kid... Oh,
we never would have gone into this house.
oh, absolutely not. If I would
They
have...
aren't. So I don't know why in the picture they're purple. They're not actually purple.
No, not even that. Look, she's wearing the textbook Dracula cape. Like, that just screams, my parents are going to kill you.
She's even got the Dracula trophy and everything.
Like, yeah. Oh, man. Dude, this game would have been over quick.
Like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a monster in your house? Yeah, it's your parents.
I'm going to go just casually just kind of walk over and pick up the doll. Just like... Just brush it off, look at it.
I know you're not from civilization, but in all the scary stories I've ever heard around the campfire, that is the worst mistake you could make.
And he's gonna look at Stewart and go, no, and he's gonna take the doll and put it and just like throw it. That was the worst mistake.
So you throw this doll. You just sort of pick it up and you sort of toss it to the side.
I throw it on the bed.
Okay.
I just toss it on the bed. Like,
So as you toss it, you're peeling away layers of cobwebs as you pull it from the wall, and you just sort of haphazardly toss the thing on the bed, and it lands, and just a poof of dust clouds the room, and nothing happens.
Stewart's standing there waiting for him
And that's what really matters.
for an awkward amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Just sort of waiting, ready.
You're my favorite dwarf, but I hate you. I hate you so much.
I'm the only door for you, bud. And I guess, is this like a bookshelf? Please tell
That's
me
a
it's
writing
bookshelf.
desk. That is a wardrobe.
Oh. There's no books here.
Nope. There is a writing desk.
Does it have anything on it? Are there writings?
It does not have any writings. It has a few scrolls of loose leaf paper and a dried inkwell.
I'm leaving.
Actually, you know what? From that area, you rolled a shit high perception. From the window where you pulled that doll, you can see across the window right here. So if you are like in the window, you can see this window here. You see that it is boarded up window, but there is a room there.
Well,
Looks. It's dark. I think Stewart's gonna pull out a torch and
That's
light
fair.
it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do so. You bathe the room in light. Stewart, you see another window here, looking down onto the roof. And as you guys approach your friend, your dragonborn friend there, you can easily see 2 more doors just past her.
Okay. I'm going to do something right now.
Oh, God.
As a ritual, I guess. I can use this as a ritual, so it's not really going to... But do detect magic. Just kind of up here.
Okay. Interesting. So, you notice... I don't remember the schools of magic, so I don't ever... Just, you'll figure it out. So you notice that the door barring entry to the room that Thorne is currently hacking her way through, and it lingers past the door a little bit into the walls, is covered in magic. Something is barring your entry from this room. And that is the only magic you sense.
I'm going to pass this information on to Stewart and tell Thorne
Something really doesn't want you in that room.
Well, I mean, I think that would really just serve to make her want to go in there more.
I don't care!
Nothing can stop me!
How far has she gotten through the wall?
You've gotten a few inches through the wall.
That's it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what's
there's more than just the wall barring your entry. There is some kind of field
Okay.
that is... That's why, like, as soon as you hit the door, like, sparks flew out of it. Which I guess, obviously, Thorne wouldn't understand the concept. But something is barring your entry from getting in here. You're making your way through. You're smashing through walls. But Toddrick would kind of know, judging on... Based on the information he just gained, that even if you smash through the wall, something is preventing you from actually entering the room. So you might be able to dig through the wall with your axe, but there might be still something barring entry.
Okay. Well, until someone tells her to do something different, she'll just keep it.
Perfect.
I think Stewart will step up and, like, watch your backswing and take his moment to skip behind her.
Sure, yeah. They just leave you to hack the wall.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
They feel as though if you're hitting something, at least you're the safest you could be.
Yeah.
It's
And
probably
we know where she is because we
Right.
can hear her.
Yeah.
So-
She won't be.
And I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna talk to Stewart.
Just on the opposite side.
Just on the opposite, like while she's just like axe going past my face, she's like,
I think that screaming lady did something to my ears. I keep hearing this ringing.
Again, whoever...
Word of our
I assume it would be
community's
Stewart spent more
spreads.
time in noble houses because Toddrick lived in the woods. So Stewart, you would recognize that noise. You're also hearing that ringing bell noise, and you would notice it as a servant's bell.
It's a servant's bell. When rich people want something, they ring the bell. The servant comes.
So, there's obviously nobody here. Where's the bell coming from? It's like a whole nother baby thing. Like, I don't understand. What? Who's hitting the bell? Are we the servants?
this is the whole time just talking, just axe flying past my face.
Yeah, she's just in a rhythm. You know, she's just going.
Thorne, you didn't eat the children, right?
No,
Just wanted to be clear.
was I supposed to?
Probably not.
Okay.
Stewart, how much time would you say as a city guard would you have spent inside noble houses?
You know, when a call came to visit one,
Mm-hmm.
probably very rare.
Would you say you'd be familiar with the inner workings of a noble house? Like the physical inner workings of a noble house?
Only as much as he needed to be for the job.
Okay. In that case, roll me an intelligence check. Maybe history if you have it.
Don't, but I can do the intelligence.
Okay. You know
He's smart.
that more often than not, a servant's bell in the modern day is not a literal bell anymore because it's hard to hear that throughout a house. However, it is a mechanism of a series of gears and clockworks that like the gnomish people are known for. And at the press of a button, it sends this ring throughout the house. And you know that they're most commonly connected to dumbwaiters. And dumbwaiters are most commonly found in bedrooms and dining rooms and kitchens.
If we can figure out where the bell is rigged, we can figure out where it's being rung from. Right. I say we look in these other doors. We see what's here. We're not getting through there anytime soon, but she's fine. So
I'll keep her occupied. And I'm just going to kind of I'm going to do like a 1, 2, and just kind of run past.
You jump through.
Yeah,
It's like a puzzle and a 2D platformer.
Yeah, it's like double dutch. You're trying to jump, find your jumping spot.
Oh.
So which of these two doors do you open first?
I think the top one.
Okay. So you open this door. It opens in. This room is full of cobwebs. There's a small, slender bed, a nightstand, a rocking chair in the back corner, an empty wardrobe that you see to your left as you walk in. Both doors are open, and a small iron stove.
So the one room had the doll.
Mm-hmm.
That's a girl's room, right?
If you recall, I'll give you this one for free. The boy was holding the doll.
Oh.
He was holding a teddy bear.
Nope, he was holding a doll. Actually, he was holding something small and baby-sized. You didn't actually see what he was holding.
It's his little brother's fetus. Freaking weird game.
Maybe... No, little boys don't like rocking chairs. I don't know whose room this is. Can I have a look around?
Sure.
For, any indication of the prior occupant to this room?
Sure. Yeah. Give me a investigation. So you go around the room and you can see that there are, you're not a great detective. You're just a city guard. But you do your best. You kind of look up under the bed and you see that the straw mattress is fraying and there's bits of mold in there. But you do see clumps of mud, which are old, and if you touch them, they'll just poof into dust. But that's relatively indicative of a men or an adult's boots being taken off of. Your best guess is that this is just a spare bedroom in the house. That all other bedrooms are assigned except for these. You also recall that you haven't seen any other bedrooms. Except for the one where the baby was.
I've got nothing. What's in the other room?
I opened the door.
So as you open this door, this dusty chamber is packed full of white cloth draped old furniture. As you kind of peek in underneath them, you see chairs, coat racks, standing mirrors, dressing mannequins, all kinds of things of that nature, all draped in a dusty white sheet. Near an iron stove underneath one of the sheets, you see something low to the ground, not quite furniture shaped, but very square and long. Also, you see that window you saw previously.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk around and start taking peeks underneath this stuff.
Sure. Yeah, you do, and it's chair, dressing mannequin, mirror. It appears to be all mundane household items.
I'm gonna go to the stove and kind of open it up.
The stove or the white cloth thing next to the stove?
The stove. The stove itself.
The stove, this iron stove. There are dwindled coals, dusty white ashen coals, but it looks like you kind of put your hand near it. Looks like the stove hasn't been lit in years.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna pull off of whatever this little thin thing is.
Sure.
The little
You grab
low to
the,
the ground.
tattered bed sheet and just sort of over the top of it, and you reveal a wooden trunk.
I'm gonna look over at Stewart.
Can I open this?
In for a copper, in for gold.
All right, we've already killed stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kick it open.
All right. Let me look up something.
Roll initiative?
No.
No.
Come on now. I'm just looking up the rules for fear. Yeah, so you kick this thing open, and before you, go ahead and let me hold on, wait. Sanity? Is that the rules I'm looking for? No, probably. Cool.
Roll for poop.
Roll for poop. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of my advantages.
Okay, you do so. You just kick this thing open. Dust just sort of plumes above it. Folds of white cloth, of like this gossamer white cloth, sort of billow out. And you see before you the entire human skeletal remains of a person crammed inside this chest.
Yeah, and I'm 100% sure it's human.
Yep.
Friend of yours, Stewart.
Undead?
No, he's been dead for quite a long time, it seems.
Just regular
Check.
dead.
And I'm gonna just like, is there anything else in the box other than just skeletons?
Nope, it was
Just
this white
bones.
gossamer gown and a full human corpse of adult size. You can roll me a medicine if you'd like to investigate further.
Would you like to know more?
That'll do it. So you notice as you lift the gossamer gown and you begin to like pick at the bones like a carrion bird, you notice that this contains the skeletal remains of a what you assume to be a woman in her mid to late 20s, and judging by the slashing marks on her ribs, this person was killed by several blade wounds, knife wounds, by multiple knife wounds.
I'm gonna relay that information to Stewart.
Well, she was killed by penetration with a knife into her chest multiple times. So, let's recap. Creepy kids, screeching banshee, walking statue, dead body in a trunk with knife wounds in its chest.
Missing baby.
Missing baby. There you go. So far, no undead, which is what we were sent here to find in the first place. So, what?
I'm pretty sure Ghost Lady was undead.
Well,
She ate my life.
she did eat your life. Oh man, which are never good. No, never mind.
Magic door. That's something.
Magic door. You know what? We've got memories. Memories have been made here, but no undead.
Okay, but the kids said they stayed on the 4th floor.
I mean, if you're still
There's
under
one
the impression
place-
that these kids were real people,
Okay, real people or not, this is what we have to go on. I'm not gonna thrash around in the dark like some dragonborn.
Got a good rhythm going, you know.
The kids said they stayed on the 4th floor. Did any of these rooms look like children's rooms?
you know that one had a doll.
Okay. And a writing desk.
And a writing desk, yes. It's probably the older ones, maybe.
Maybe. There's
Alright,
this door
Stuart.
we can't get to.
Stuart, come here. We've got two options. We can sit here and wait for her to get through this wall and probably die for whatever's on the other side because that thing is magically sealed. Something doesn't want us in there. We can leave her to do her little bits, while we go check out the rest of the house. Or, like I said, we can stay here and, die with her.
Monster in the basement.
Yes, basement. That sounds good.
No, it doesn't. But and the bell. We got to find the bell. Let's go get her. She's probably worked out whatever she had going.
I mean, are you sure we can't leave her?
Probably just
Yes.
work through it. She's going on. She's fine.
If
Alright.
someone's going to get their life eaten, I'd rather it not be me or you.
You know what? Yeah, I like it. As he lights up a cigarette. And
Thorne.
I've already had my life sucked out of me today once. And alright. So I guess I'm gonna make my way up to her. Hey Thorne. Doing okay? Just kinda reach out and like I don't think you're getting anywhere, darling. I think maybe we should move along.
Nope,
You're muted.
Oh, you muted.
You do have a
You're-
clear, like 6-inch in diameter hole in the wall that you're breaking through, but you've got to the point where you're hitting something that just like zing, and sparks are sending off of it. But you're still chipping pieces of the wall away with every blow.
Well, she'll growl at the sparks. She doesn't like that. And he said we should go, so where?
Basement. Let's try the basement. There might be something you can swing your axe into down there.
I have a thought.
What?
Well, that's new.
Toddrick, go get the doll.
Okay, I'm gonna go run and get the doll off the bed.
Try to take the doll into the room. You're little like a child. You've got the doll.
Do you want to put my hair in pigtails as well?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna hold the doll. I'm gonna have the doll, and I'm gonna reach for the doorknob.
Okay. You absolutely do that. You hold the doll out, you reach for the doorknob, and you begin to turn it. And you feel like you got slightly more of a rotation than before, but ultimately, the door is still locked.
Nope, didn't work.
Maybe you're not enough like a child. We'll try again later.
I'm gonna throw the doll at him.
I think Stewart's gonna like dodge it, let it fall. No.
It just hits the wall and then just slides down in dust as it hits.
Downstairs. We have to find the source of the bell. And you know what? The kitchen. The kitchen is a place this is going to be hooked up.
Okay, he said downstairs, so she's gonna start going down.
So are you guys going straight to the kitchen?
She will, unless somebody stops her.
In that case,
I don't think we found the kitchen yet.
you didn't. But you found the dining room, so I'll put you guys
Fair.
at the I'll put you guys at the main entrance hall. For a
So I
speedy
think
getaway.
we've only got, well, more or less 2 doors to check out. And,
Yeah, you guys checked out this door here. The only doors you have to check out are these here.
I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna go in.
Okay,
Pow.
so you enter that room. Let's see what happens in that room. First of all, I hiccup in a weird thing that happens in my mouth.
And then,
Yeah, so you walk in. You have found the kitchen. It is tidy. As soon as you guys descend from the 3rd floor down to the 2nd floor, you notice that that stark difference with the third and fourth floor were all dusty and kind of dilapidated and gross, and these floors are neatly manicured. You walk into this kitchen. There's dishware, cookware, utensils all neatly placed on shelves. There's no dust to be found. A large, long work table, a cutting board, and with a rolling pin on top of it. A stone dome-shaped oven exists near the eastern wall with a bent iron stovepipe connecting it to a hole in the ceiling behind it. You assume this probably runs up through the house to at least a few of the other stoves. Behind the stove on the left-hand side is a thin door leading to a room beyond, and directly to your right when you walk in here is a small door in the like a raised up and down door in the wall, and a bell.
That was a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Was that?
Yeah,
that was an actual. That was an actual cat.
That was an actual cat. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Here, buddy.
Trust nothing in the
You should trust
Yeah.
him. I have found so many creepy noises.
All right. I guess it's gonna be. I'm just gonna mention that we found your bell.
Yes, that's the dumbwaiter.
Well, I mean, you don't really know him.
Well, he's not a smart waiter. He's a door in a wall. It goes between floors.
Oh, that's the name of it. Okay. So,
I think Stewart will go over and have a look at it. Like, open it up.
it's a severed head.
It's the baby. No. So yeah, you just lift the dumbwaiter. So behind the dumbwaiter door is a 2-foot wide stone shaft containing what you know to be a small elevator box attached to a rope and pulley mechanism. You know that you pull this rope up and it goes to several other places. You found it. You know that it leads probably to the second and third floor. You didn't find any dumbwaiter positions on the fourth floor, but you know that it goes up, and this is the shaft here. Hanging on the wall next to the dumbwaiter is a tiny brass bell, which appears to be connected to some kind of copper wires that recede into the wall, which you can assume are connected to some kind of clockwork gears. You're pretty sure if you had a small enough friend, you kind of look back to see Toddrick and look back, and he does not quite fit the dimensions of the dumbwaiter. But you're sure that if you had a small enough person, you could get them in there.
So we know the bell is here. On each floor above, presumably.
Also, the bell is ringing right next to your head.
I hate this house.
I'm gonna,
Presumably.
I'm gonna poke at the bell with my staff if I can reach it.
You can. Yeah, it's just a few feet off the ground. It's like shoulder level of a human. So it's just a quick little thunk for you. Yeah, so you hit it. So you can hear the bell ringing next to you loudly, Stewart. But it's not actually moving. So as soon as you tap it, it's like ding. As soon as you hit it a few times, ding, ding, ding. But that's the only time it actually moves is when you're hitting it. However, this is the loudest you've heard the bell, as if someone in one of the floors above is summoning something.
Presumably, the bell is also on the other floors above this position in the house. So if we check this position in the house above, and he kind of pauses for a second, and the elevator deal is there on this floor? Or is it just the shaft?
No, the elevator is actually on the floor in front of you. It's directly, so you open the thing, the elevator is right there.
Maybe below, but I don't know. Is there a way to move it from this floor?
So if you raise the rope, if you pull on the rope, so right inside there's a rope you can pull. There's a pulley system. If you raise it a few inches, you can see that there is a level floor on the bottom of it. There's like a shelf that it sits on top of. But you can easily raise it up to other floors higher than this one.
So not below. But let's go back up above and see the other floors where this is.
Okay.
Sure. So I'm just gonna grab you guys and assume you're going in this somewhat of this order. Boom.
Something like that.
There you go. You guys make it back to the second floor here.
Okay.
You guys are that same scene. You see the actually, in fact, this is the second time you guys have come here. You guys can all make perception checks if you would like. But you see the 4 guards, the 4 armor wearers with wolf faces carrying pole arms, guarding or flanking these 2 double doors. You see a onyx fireplace, and above that is a family portrait.
I use my advantage, so.
Sure.
11.
Not me.
Toddrick, you notice a few things right quick. A few things that don't quite sit well with you. So the first thing you notice is that across, you didn't really get a good look at it before, but you see that family painting there in the upper hall. You see a man and woman, presumably the husband and wife, the mother and the father. You see what is clearly Rose and Thorne standing there. Thorne is cradling a small doll, not the yellow doll that you had. However, the father is holding what appears to be a bundled, swaddled baby. And the face the mother is wearing as she stares down is disgust and disapproval. As you approach this, I assume to get a better look, you can't help but notice that the doors in which you had previously seen youths dancing, upon closer look, it appears as though the youths are not dancing at all. In fact, they are fighting and flailing their arms at swarms of bats that are seemingly attacking the children. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I noticed stuff.
Dun, dun. I do not.
So, guys, that was the first episode of Curse of Strahd.
Oh man.
Shadows and Mist. So I'm not gonna lie, I definitely didn't read most of the book, most of the entire book, and I decided with the humorous group we have that I wasn't going to inject any of the humor, because like right in the like the intro it says, don't forget to inject humor into the game because it's scary and dark. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, we have 4 funny players. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just only gonna inject darkness and let them figure it out. So I found all kinds of creepy music and noises and effects, and it seems like they're going pretty well. Chat has been messaging me, telling me how much they hate it, and how awful it is, and how terrified Chat is. So, I mean, as long as Chat's terrified, you guys, the fact that Frags couldn't tell if it was real noises or noises in his head was great. So that was plus 1 on that one.
Well, what's crazy is I don't know how you're doing those noises through Zoom.
I'm not doing it through Zoom.
It's
I'm doing
on
it through Roll20.
Roll20.
Oh, it's through Roll20. Okay, yeah. I did not know that was because I'm like, I've got the stream muted. Normally, that's the only time I ever hear those noises is when I'm watching you do it with other people and stuff, and I hear it through stream. And I'm sitting there going, I don't normally hear this. Like, yeah, because I've played in games where you've used noises like this before, and I've never heard them before.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've ever heard them. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I found ways to get actual sound effects in Roll20, which is nice. It's one of the newer features of Roll20, which is pretty cool. So you can play more than just background music. You can play all kinds of other shit now too. So I went through, I scoured it this weekend for like cool noises. I'm also trying out. I got a few comments on the maps tonight. I actually went ahead and bought the Curse of Strahd Roll20 set. I figured I'd give it a try. I figure it's through levels 1 through 10, so we'll probably be playing this for months at a minimum. So a $60 piece of software kind of works for our benefit. It makes it easier. It has pretty maps and all that kind of shit. And then all the ironically, all of the stuff comes pre-populated on the maps and stuff. All the secret doors, I don't have to add anything. There's all right there, which is super convenient because that takes if you use Roll20, it takes a shitload of time. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's very interesting.
The picture of those kids, did that come with it too?
It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that was a legit question. I wouldn't.
Yeah. A bunch of like all the pictures you're gonna see they come with the whole set, which is pretty cool. All the monsters come pre-populated with like their monster stats and everything. It's pretty legit. It takes a lot of the setup out of the game, and all I have to do is figure out how to scare the shit out of you guys, which is pretty cool. So I'm digging it so far, and it's the first time we've run a real horror game on the channel, so I'm pretty excited to see how it goes and how dark we can get, because I'm pretty fucked up. So
yep, I found out my character is super cynical.
Yep,
figured that out. I was still kind of fleshing out which direction I was going to go, and I figured,
I can't wait until we get into the meat and potatoes and I get to actually use the fears and phobias you guys gave me against you, because that's going to be fun. I just hope that some of you gave actual phobias, like your actual personal phobias, because that's always the best, when they're genuine reactions of, I don't like spiders. Well, here's a whole swarm of spiders on your body. They're just covering you in spiders. So we'll go around real quick. Guys, Rem was missing tonight. He'll be with us next week. He had work, so we'll have to find a way to fit in a sassy witch woman next Tuesday. So yeah, we'll go around to our casting crew. Frags, the new face on the Tuesday show. Who are you? What are you doing here? And what did you think of the first episode of Curse of Strahd?
I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. No, but yeah, it's the first campaign I've been in a long time. Man, I really don't know what to say. I've never done anything like this before. I've never had maps as detailed as this to play with. I've never had the creepy music, everything, the whole atmosphere of the whole thing is just brilliant. And as for who I am, I'm KW Frags. I am a mod around these parts here, and I do stream on and off sometimes. So yeah, check that out if you wanna. That's something you're into.
Sweet. Yeah, I decided to add the maps in. I don't normally play with maps because I have this thing in my head where if you use maps, if you use visual cues, you're less likely to be as verbally descriptive, because you can see the thing. I don't have to tell you that there's 8 chairs in there. You can see there's 8 chairs, so you kind of lose some of that theater of the mind situation. But I'm trying to describe everything in as much detail as possible on top of the maps. Because I play all my other games are theater of the mind where there's no maps involved. But I figured for stream, and it came with it, so I was like, fuck it, I'll play with it and see what happens. And I started using it in the Havoc and the Hinterlands games, and everyone seems to love those, so we'll see how it goes. This won't be every campaign, but I'm glad you guys like the maps. I'm glad you guys are digging it. And we'll jump over to a returning face, Mr. Bitters, Stewart Gibbs himself. Who are you? What are you doing here? And what did you think of the first episode of Curse of Strahd?
Well, I'm Mr. Bitters, and I'm hating everything, especially that house. As for what I think of it, I'm digging it. I like the ambiance, I guess. I like the mood. I like after the last campaign of being the big dumb galoot. I like getting a little more investigative, learning the mystery behind it, and this seems like a great setting for it. And if you could go ahead and add dolls to my character's phobia list, that'd be great.
Yeah. Good. I will add that to the list and include so many more dolls.
Super.
Yeah. It turns out there is a bevy of sound effects, and I was like, what will there be today? Children, click. Babies, click. Crazy noises, click. I was like, done. This is going to be a great time. So hopefully as I learn that more, the ambiance will only get better and better. And last but not least, Madfish herself. Who are you? What are you doing here? And what did you think of the first episode of Curse of Strahd?
I'm Madfish. I hang out on the internet a lot and do DMing and writing and loring and things on our channel called The World of Fro. And also, I really like this. I'm a big fan of horror stuff. It's not something I get to do a lot of anymore. So it warms my cold black goth heart. And I think the way, I mean, as much as this character definitely is comic relief, for sure, she does have a dark side. So I think there's still potential for more serious stuff.
I do appreciate how everyone, I said, hey guys, I'm going to run Curse of Strahd. And I'm like, I'm going to be an evil barbarian. I'm going to be an evil witch. I was like, no one's a paladin. All right, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to kill everybody. It's going to be great.
Well,
good stuff.
I wanted to challenge myself too, because I usually play smart characters, who pay a lot of attention to everything and are very into details, and so I just thought, hey, you know what? Let's go completely the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Let's just go with the outpost. She is a barbarian who hits things.
That's perfect.
I just knew if I played a paladin, I'd probably end up dying fairly quickly.
See, so like in Timorel, in my homebrew world, which is where this is vaguely set, I don't use the alignment system. I think it's dumb. I don't think you can fit into those 9 boxes. So my biggest house rule is there are no evil characters. Villains are evil, heroes are good. So you can kind of be like that Batman shade of gray, where you're like just affluent is the worst you can be, which is great because it sounds like at least half of the party is in that shade of dark gray, where they're like perfectly okay with killing people for no reason. So it literally, in one of the things about Strahd von Zarevich, is that if he senses evil in a character, he will try to exploit it. And if anyone has seen the 6 and 20 Blades in the Dark game, I'm pretty good at that. So I can't wait to get into that portion of the game where you guys actually encounter and converse with Strahd. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to turn the party on itself. It's going to be a fun thing. Yeah, guys, so that was the first stream back in 2 weeks. Tomorrow, we were supposed to start 6 and 20, the Shroud again, but I believe we're postponing that 1 week due to scheduling conflicts, which is fine. Thursday, we'll be back with Havoc in the Hinterlands. I'll probably do something on Wednesday, I'm not sure. And Saturday, we are going to be back here for the 12-hour stream. Frags is going to be on it. I think Bitters is on the first game. Bitters' friend Kitten Hugs is on the first game. We have Johnny, Venusaur Cowboy is going to be running some 6 and 20. We have Deanna's Rhino is going to be running some Coriolis, and Greg Hansen is going to be back running some old school D&D. So it's going to be a fun game. We got a lot of cool people coming on there, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, and speaking of Kitten Hugs, we're going to go raid a buddy of ours, Kitten Hugs. That is Mr. Bitters' longtime DM. He's currently playing some dungeons and or some dragons. So guys, watch for that host. Head over there and give that guy all of your hot, hot, sticky love. And from all of us to you, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.